I send your zodiac sign. Put it in the chat, guys. Okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else. It's only you at the end of the day.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the TRIBETEA segment. That is when you. Ooh, I was about to say, where's my chat? My chat about to come up. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to make sure we were all good. So as you can see, this is live. Okay, this is a live segment where you guys send in your stories if you need advice, and we have a nice little kiki. We react. We do all that jazz. So if you want to send in a story, you can. I haven't advertised that in some time. There is the email right here. It is tribetea@shopvoodoochild.com. If you want to go and send in your story, there are rules, so please go and check on that. And yeah, here goes the live chat. Sorry, y'all, I had a little tech issues earlier. If you want to be in the live chat, you do have to come on the live on Twitch. And we go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11 a.m., not p.m. Do not stay up late waiting for me, okay? So, yeah, shout out to the YouTube fam, though. Shout out to everybody that's watching me on YouTube. Love the YouTube tribe to the day I die, okay? So, today is a very good stream to watch if you've never seen me or this segment before. Tons of receipts to get into, okay? So, I read this in parts. The first half, we're going to have 4 different stories, okay? The first one has receipts, and it's called The Fine Yet Bitter Psychopath, okay? The second one is Am I the A-hole when healing leads to homelessness? Oh, well, damn. Speaking of healing, the third one, Empath Forgiveness Advice. Please help. And then the fourth one is I had a crush on an undercover incel. I was about to say, technically, if you was with them, are they still an incel? But no, you said a crush. So you had a crush. See, that's what I don't understand about that community. It's like it's something else going on with y'all. Because there's no reason why. You said, what is an incel? An incel is traditionally a man who blames other attractive men and women as a whole for the reason why they are not sexually active, their position in life, amongst other things. They have violent fantasies about women, usually, yeah, we're still early in the stream, so I'm not going to get too into it, but it's a pretty unstable community. They have pretty infamous members who have committed actual real life violence. So, yeah, involuntary celibate. When it's like, the thing that kills me is I just don't understand. Like, there are certain states and certain countries where SW, if y'all get my drift, is legal. What is stopping you? I'm just so confused. Like, you do realize there are some people in the world who like have certain disabilities and like will pay people like SWs. That's literally their job, is to bridge that gap. You get what I'm saying? Not all SWs are like, what you see in the movies. So that's why I'm just like, bro, like what do y'all be going through? Like, it's something deeper going on. Like, there's something deeper going on, like psychologically there, that hasn't been tapped into yet. And the sad thing is that we already know like the type of archetypes, like, the antisocial personality and stuff like that. But then you have instances where like this, where there are women who actually find you attractive and want to with you, but you're so caught up in this community. Because I seen a Vice documentary where and I'm gonna get into the stories. I know I'm rambling, but I saw a Vice documentary where they were doing a thing on incels, and one of the dudes had a girlfriend. And as soon as he had a girlfriend, everyone in the incel forum like turned against him and was like, "Oh, you're a traitor. You're a traitor." So I'm like, what is the goal? Like, what are we doing? And I can appreciate how he said, like, I just didn't see my life going anywhere, like fucking with it, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, I just don't see the goal. I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because look, you got this girl over here that's into you. She likes you. And you're being weird. Like, wow. All right, let me get this together. Or else I'm going to have hella notifications all day. All right. So let's get into these stories because I got some receipts. I'm ready to get into it. I'm excited to read that last one. That one has receipts too, the last one. Okay. So the first one, the fine yet bitter psychopath. So hey, Naja, I have a wild story to tell you, so buckle in. I'm 25, a Libra sun, Taurus moon, and Aries rising. Shout out to all the Libras, Taurus, and Aries in the chat. Make sure you guys drop your zodiac signs in the chat, okay? So she said, my ex and I broke up in July, and although I thought it was supposed to be a break, he started being very mean to me. I'm talking cussing me out. Texted me in the middle of the night saying he wants to fix things and then start an argument when I would bring up hard topics that needs to be talked about. He was too immature to admit that these things made him uncomfortable. He would then blame me for starting arguments, mock me, disrespect me in front of his friends. You do realize all the stuff he's saying, right? He don't want to fix things. If anything, I feel like he's self-sabotaging. He does sound exhausting. Like, damn, out the gate, just. So he would block me for multiple days also. After the last time of this type of charade, I told him I would start seeing other people. And that's exactly what I did. He is currently fighting for me back, but I am not interested. One thing about me is when I decide I'm done, I am done. Girl, me too, friend. Me too. There is no such thing as spinning the block for me. I've seen him, hugged him, even kissed and cuddled with him since then because he's come over and I felt nothing. I'm honestly no longer in love with him. I mean, T, that's cool that y'all no longer have the connection, but I'm not gonna lie, I side-eyed a little bit. You over here talking about he came to your house. Like, what are you coming to my house for? Okay. Anyway, I went to Tinder so I can get my groove back like Stella. No. Not the Tenderloin app. And she says she met a guy that we're going to call London. Wait, so the first dude wasn't the psychopath? Child, let me get some water. So there's more? Like, what do you mean? So we met a guy, and we're going to call him London, okay? Mr. London on the track. No, y'all do need to stay off these damn apps, like, for real. So this dude is London. He's 2 years older than her. He's 27. She's 25. And she said he was fine, like, fine. Do you have a picture of him? I'll be the judge of that. Now, look here. He's not my type per se, but he definitely, in my Quan Mills voice, looked like he came straight out of the Power universe, straight out of Raising Kanan, straight out of, like, it's giving, like, you know, okay, bitch, I see you. You're a baddie, though, but I already knew that. I know exactly who you are, by the way. I'm just keeping it cute. Like, you've been a baddie. But, yeah. Yeah, not my type, but I'm not a hater. I see it, girl. So, Mr. London, we get matched and we get it cracking. He messages me on IG because I told him to message there because I had my Tinder notifications turned off. And I liked his energy. Not y'all said he looked like he breathed protein powder. Yes. It looks like he's on an all meat diet, like, for sure. He looked like he could crush a soda can with his bicep, like Jesus. So The conversations were always great, and we spent an entire week on the phone every day for hours. He is a Pisces, by the way. Well, it's been a nice run. I mean, girl. He has the same birthday as my ex. Friend. So you think maybe the time of day that he was born is just going to make him drastically different? Like, okay. All right, friend. Okay. So, the phone calls revealed a lot. I found out that he is an ex-military. We just going to be making a lot of pauses today. He had his heart broken. These are all the red flags of somebody like, no, bruh. He got the, okay. He's a Pisces man on Tinder. Strike one. He has the same birthday as your ex. Strike two. He is military boy. Strike three. He just got his heart broken by a woman who he thought he was going to marry. Step four. Oh, it gets even better. He goes to therapy to work on nothing else except his self-image and realize that he doesn't like black women. My thing is all these little tribe teas where people be bringing up black women this, black women this. Nobody ever be getting brought up. Nobody else ever be getting brought up. Nobody ever be going to therapy to unpack the reason why they don't want to be with a white bitch. It's like, come on, bro. I already know as soon as like a man starts dogging black women, it's just a ick for me. It is a huge ick for me. And it's not just an ick for me. White men hate hearing y'all talk about it. Asian men hate hearing y'all talk about it. White women hate hearing y'all talk about it, and y'all swear these white women, that's the way to get in their pants. They cannot stand y'all putting down another girl just to get laid. And then you're putting down another girl in like the worst sense, like culturally self-hating, like come on. No, for real, like, bro, man. And then this dude got a whole list. The fact that you are a black woman, there is no mistaking the fact that you are a black woman, bro. That's another thing that be like confusing me. So, sir, is your sole intent to get somebody just to break them the fuck down and break? Because it's like, you're not interested in black women, yet you're pursuing this black woman and you're telling her all these things about herself that you don't like. What is the goal? The goal is to just break down women? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's another thing. What is the therapist telling him? But you know what they say? Some like people go to therapy to learn. They don't go to therapy to unpack. And they go there to learn to be a better manipulator. Like, because that don't make no sense. So here are his examples of comments that he's made towards black women. He exclusively calls women females, no matter what the context is. He says things like black ghetto ratchet bitches females on numerous occasions in reference to black women. Saw a tweet of a man, girl, strike 11,000. This grown ass man is on Twitter beefing about identity politics within the black community. Like, grow up, bro. What is it, 2012? Like, grow up. saw a tweet of a man, random and unprovoked, making an ugly comment about a black woman's weight. And he said her fat ass do need to lose some fucking weight though. Bruh. Saw a video of a woman who allegedly told her daughter to lie and say her dad was touching on her so she could lose custody. And he proceeded to say, this is why I can't freaking stand black mamas, because they do stupid shit like this. Well, what kind of mama do you have, sir? For one, that's why I'm like, bro, the call coming inside the house, it makes no sense. Like, you need help for real. And I bet you that therapist he's going to is not a black woman. Maybe that's what you need, a reality check. Like, you need a reality check. Yup, y'all clocked it in the chat. He has mommy issues, for sure. He has mommy issues. Because this is weird. This is so weird. And I'm not judging you, but I gotta say it because I know somebody watching is screaming it. What were you doing when he was saying all this shit? Were you just sitting there looking awkward? Like, damn, bruh. Like, what do you do? Like, how did he used to act? Like, what was his conversation before? Like, I'm just confused. Oh, and then here's my favorite. I'm gonna make a t-shirt with this on it because y'all know I be telling y'all, watch when men do this shit. Oh, I hate BBLs. I hate when girls be acting like bad bitches. I hate BBL. He talking about, I hate sexy red. This nasty ghetto bitch has herpes. Really, bro? Okay, go ahead. Put that into the ether, bro. You gonna get your ass sued. How do you know what that girl got? You ain't been with her. No, for real. Like, what was it? Like, because he's physically, like, if you're into, like, the Tyler Perry type, you know, like, yeah, go for it. If you want to have a good old Tubi movie beat down in the bedroom, like, I feel you. But it's like, there's I know there's so many times, shh, but it gets to a point. Like, the fact that you got bulletin list of things that have stuck in your head. I mean, it can't be that good. It can't be that good because he's telling you straight up with his mouth he does not respect or care or anything. So I know he not moving with no type of romance up in that bit. So I would have hit it and quit it, friend. I would have hit that bit one time, left. Like, this is horrible. Like, this is a real person. Like, this is a real dude out in the world. Okay. Do y'all see what I mean? The reason I mentioned he went to therapy for his self-image alone is I learned that after getting to know him. I understood that he was failed by the black women in his life who raised him, but he couldn't see that because I don't think that was something they worked on in therapy. Girl. He knows this stuff. That's the crazy thing about it. What is it? Weaponized incompetence? Didn't we talk about that before? He knows this stuff. If anything, I feel like he's going to therapy just for somebody to tell him that he's right and he's valid. And, like, you get what I'm saying? Which is what they're supposed to do. And if you're going to keep paying them, they're going to keep writing on that little pad and having you show up. You know? What I bet you he's never done is bring a partner into therapy, bring any of those family members into therapy. Like at this point, he just going just to say he's going to get women to put their guard down. That's what I'm thinking. It's on some, oh, well, yeah, I say these things, but I'm in therapy. I'm working on myself. Like, it's a process. It's giving that type of tease where it's like, how long have you been in therapy? Like, you still moving like this? Girl, he knows. Without telling his business too much, let's just say that his mom was unable to break generational curses that his grandmother inflicted on her. Join the club. Like, this is that shit that be crazy to me. It's like y'all men will either go to therapy or do psychedelics. Not all. Some will either go to therapy or do psychedelics, learn what empathy is, and then it's just like, oh my God, there's this new thing out there, guys. Like, you don't get it. It's just like, yeah, bruh, we're all going through the same thing, bro. We're all living the human experience, bro. All of our mamas got fucked over. We are in a patriarchal society. Why did you, like, bruh? And it's always all of the shit goes on the women too. Like, it's crazy. She said that they didn't break the generational curses, and it caused the mother to be absentee and financially irresponsible to him and his older sister. In turn, his sister was unable to break the generational curse before having kids and became the same type of mother as his mom. Instead of being able to understand that what they went through in his childhood pertaining to black women was situational and that everyone is flawed, he just generalized his experience and made it a black woman issue rather than his own specific familial issue. And unfortunately, I think that's for a lot of people, specifically his type of person that I be seeing online on Twitter and like on all these dark ass places where they're just bashing people in their own community. Yeah, bruh. I don't think that this is a generalization. It's definitely a call from inside the house, bro. He has some personal shit going on that he needs to unpack. My thing that always gets me though is it's like, where was your daddy? Where was your grandfather? Where is your sister's baby daddy? Like, nobody ever wants to talk about it takes two. You know, it takes two. Like, and it just sucks that all of the blame always goes on the person who stayed, which is usually the mom, you know? Bruh. And then what is he doing that's like, oh, so, you know, different than the status quo? Because as of right now, you're just like every other dude. You're self-hating. You hate your mama, so therefore you hate every other black woman. But some reason you still have sex with them because you have some complex going on. Like, you're not that unique. You're really not that unique, bro. You're a juice head. You look like every other dude auditioning for a play right now. Like, bro, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. They don't ever bring up the man's role in the dysfunctional family. And for real, dog, like, you 27. Me and you the same age. Like, I quit blaming people for my shit when I was like, what, 23-ish? And I'm talking about my family, by the way. Like, bruh, you gotta, like, that's why I said some men learn empathy and it's just like, because it's like, bro, as soon as you look at shit from your mom's perspective as a woman, and then, okay, you can't, whatever, as a person, as an adult, trying to be on your own financially, having to think, okay, what do these two kids, you say you had a sister, what are these two kids going to eat today? What are they going to wear to school? Are their shoes clean? Are they clothes clean? So they don't get bullied at school, so we don't get fucking CBS called. Do y'all got lunch money for school? Like, do you got transportation? Now I got to get to work. Now I got to clock in. Now I got to work. Now I got to pick the kids. Like, there's so much that goes into that. He's not even a father, so it's like, he's too much work. He has way too much shit that he needs to work on, and he playing around in therapy. He's wasting somebody's money. He's wasting someone's money, because there's no reason why you should not be this introspective at this point, that you're still blaming outwards to the point where you've created an imaginary boogeyman, the black woman stereotype. Like, bro, horrible. So he would also never let a full 30 minutes go by without talking about how good of a man he is. Somebody call Tyler Perry and get this. He's a good man, Savannah. The sentence, I'm a good man, in his voice is just burned into my brain. I would have been like, who are you trying to convince that you're a good man? Who are you trying to convince? What is the standards that you're setting to where this is good, this is bad? Like, what the fuck? Because last time I checked on the Naja standard box, good men stay out of women's business, bro. Period. Good men take accountability. Period. You're doing a lot of little boy shit. You're whining, you're complaining. Like, I'm sorry, that's annoying. That's annoying as fuck. And then before anybody's like, damn, that's fucked up, like, he's no, he's not venting. He's being stereotypical, talking about some mushmouth bullshit. Like, bro, you're annoying. Like, the fuck? So if I feel like if you can't wait for someone else to tell you that you're a good person, you probably aren't one. Right. On top of all that, he never took me on a date. How are you a good man when you, oh my God. So what are y'all, just friends? Like, what is going on? He asked me on one, and when the plans fell through, it went from date night to movie night at his place. Common dusty tactic. He said, look, I'm not paying for shit. Ladies, I'm gonna just save y'all some time. Any man that is telling you that he is in his mid to late 20s, I really just say in period, but like, let's keep it a buck, mid to late 20s, telling you that they are on Twitter talking about black women this, black men this, leave them alone. There's something wrong with them. I'm being so real with you. There is something wrong. They learn all the same tactics and do all the same game. Don't ever have no man taking you to their house. How is this a good man? All those things really took a toll on how I saw him, and I started rethinking talking to him altogether, especially when I met another man, a Pisces as well, who was very intentional about how he treats me and is literally everything I spoke into existence of what I want in a man without me ever having to tell him what I wanted. Girl, you need to leave these Pisces alone. Because Pisces are very fun. They're very fun. They're very sensual. All that shit. Flirty. All that. Very fun. However, me personally, just looking from the outside in, I've never dated a Pisces man. But looking from the outside in, I've been pursued by like one for sure. And that went weird. And like, they're very fickle. Like they're very fickle. Like they like their time in the season and shit. And then they go on to do something else. Like the Pisces dudes that I know will like woo a bitch up and then get an opportunity somewhere. And then will just leave, like starting a new life. Like, bro, I feel like if you're somebody who isn't really big on traditional like monogamy in the sense of like, I'm dating to marry, to get a house, to have kids. Like if you're on some shit, like I just want to find a life partner for real and have like experiences, go the Pisces route, like for real, like with men, in my opinion, just looking at what I've been seeing. If you just want to like I just want a life partner, someone to travel with, somebody to do new shit. There you go. That's him. But yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. She said, why would I stick around for bitter Benjamin when I have someone better right before me? So I slowly stopped responding to London on a regular basis until I turned it into him texting me, us exchanging messages maybe 3 times, and then me leaving him on red for a week until he texts me again. I got myself a kitten. Oh my God, look at that cat. I'm going to show y'all the cat. Hold on. I got myself a kitten who I named Bailey. Ooh. I told him on the phone when we first started talking that I wanted a cat. And he said, don't bring it around me because I'm going to kick it. Now look. I get some people don't like cats, okay? I get it. Some people are scared of cats, and then on some internalized colonial bullshit, a lot of black people feel like there's like spiritual things with cats, and they don't fuck with cats. My Caribbean ass, I fuck with cats, okay? I love cats. But sir, kick the cat? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yeah, this is red flag number 55, 48. I would have called the animal abuse. So, hello? Like, and then I don't know about y'all, but Daniel doesn't particularly like cats. He met my cat multiple times. My cat even lets him pick him up, everything. Like, when you care for a person, you end up just liking their pets, even if you just, and that's just what you say you're going to kick them? Even if you really wanted nothing to do with the cat, just be like, yo, I don't play with cats. Like, we gonna have to put him up when I come over. Like, kick him? You're talking about I would choke him out. Like, no. I thought he was just being facetious, you know, like, and over exaggerating about how much he hated cats. You know, one of those people. I just laughed it off and said, okay, noted. So fast forward when we're barely talking, he texts me one day and I'm in a good mood. So I respond. I go to take a bath and Bailey comes up to the side of the tub and just starts meowing and trying to jump in the water. So I pick her up and put her on the ledge so she could be by me. And I took a picture, sent it to my friends as well as him since we were already in the process of texting. So here is the screenshot of what happened. Okay, let's pull up these receipts, girl. Make this bigger. So this is a little Bailey, little cat. It's so small. Like, look at the collar on him. It's so small. So she sent that picture. Said wouldn't stop meowing or trying to jump in until I put her on the ledge. Now she's silent. I hope it jumps in. And yes, ma'am, I'm not hard to learn. Very so much easygoing. Oh, girl, he's gay. What? What? He said very much so easygoing. Yes, ma'am. Tyler Perry. I'm sorry. It's just the slang caught me off guard. Talking about I hope it jumps in is wild. Talking about the cat. LOL. Yeah, we know what you were talking about. Poor little baby. And like, this would be innocent if you didn't previously say you wanted to freaking kick the cat. Like, you know. So this is the first text. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I always had, you know, a little banter. So I thought maybe he just said he hoped she would jump in because that would be gross and ruin my experience, you know. Surely he could not be wishing harm on the baby in front of my face. So I put a question mark on the convo, like, what do you mean? And here he go. He trying to justify saying that bullshit. Yep, he one of them. I already knew. He said, why? Because they're the damn devil. Why do you say that? Because they are, and they do shit intentionally. You've been around cats like that? Yes and no. The times I have, let's just say I won. What did you do to it? You said what makes it gay? Genuine question. Nothing about this is like gay sex or anything like that, obviously. However, the vernacular leads me to assume that you're being sassy, bro. Talking about, and yes, ma'am, I'm not hard to learn. Very much so easy. Maybe I need to grow up, chat. Maybe y'all clock me. Maybe I need to grow up. But I don't know no grown ass man talking about, yes, very much this and very much that and very much that. Like, nobody's saying very much. Shout out to Dave Prison for the subscription. Thank you so much. No, I know. I'm just saying. It came out a little sassy to me. Talking about very much. Just very much. Easy. It's giving city girl. My dog said I won with the cat. He said, but I hate them. I don't want them touching me, period. Period. Nor do I care for them. So it'll never happen of me being around them. They probably attacked you because they could feel your energy, but I guess. LOL. Oh, they never attacked me, but they used to fly in the air. You would throw the cat? Like you would kick them? Oh, hell no. Explain yourself. Where is this? Is this the next one? Okay, yeah, that is the next one. And then he talking about, do I like dogs, trying to change the subject. And said, and I do. I like all animals. It was going to answer your question. But I only like certain types of animals. I just hate bitch ass cats. Okay. But did you kick them? Do you own a cat? So you were kicking cats. No, they provoked it. How? When they don't have, they're not like conscious in the same way that humans are conscious. How could the cat have provoked it? You said they didn't attack you though. They came near me and tried to touch me without consent. Animals cannot consent. Weirdo. What the hell is he on? What? When he admitted that he actually went around kicking cats, my stomach turned. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but that is psychotic behavior. No, it is. That is psychotic. That's weird. That is weird. And then the fact that I ain't no therapist, but apparently his therapist ain't doing shit. Not trying to diagnose him with nothing. But if he has mommy issues to that extent and they were just never around, he probably wasn't nurtured in that sense and does not have empathy. You know? This is definitely a domestic red flag. I would never want to live with somebody who admittedly kills animals. I don't care how selective you are about what. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have screenshot this and got a wellness check on his ass. Oh my gosh, because allegedly it's real easy to get the cops at somebody's house when they doing shit like this. Why are you causing harm to a living thing such as a cat simply because you don't like it? The blatant disregard for life is something so beyond gross. Shout out to Los Holandes for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, I agree with y'all. I mean, as soon as you say you're gonna hurt the baby, we gotta go. So fast forward, I stopped texting him after this, and my best friend's birthday was the following weekend, and we went out clubbing. So of course, I'm posting pictures on Instagram, and he saw them. And he decides to text me in the morning. A few days later, I didn't respond, but then a few days later, he texts me again, and this is all that was said. Oh my God, I already know this is cringe because the first thing I see, oh, you had a night, huh? Boy, if you do not get a fucking life, what? You over here watching her, talking about, ooh, you had a night. And then talking about, so I assume we are cutting communication. Bro. See, honestly, that's when he wouldn't have got no response. He would have just got a do not disturb notification. And that would have been the end of it. And then I would have blocked him. Like, oh, sassy ass. You stay over there. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. The whole convo about you kicking cat. Like, yeah, let's keep it a bean. That whole kicking cats is weird. Like, I'm not gonna play with you. Like, the whole convo about you kicking cats made me feel uneasy. Even when I didn't like cats, I felt the same way you did. I never thought about hurting them. I think that was a pretty extreme response to being around them. And that's not really the type of person I want to associate with. Like, no, for real, why his message is still going through, Fred? Oh my gosh. I hope you find the perfect person for you, though, because you're such a great person to talk to. I wish you all the best. Oh my God. I would have been terrified to go home. I would have been terrified to like he's coming for me. Like he's going to get me. Like, I can't explain it. I'm scared. That man bites. I don't know what's going on. He's gonna put you in a Tyler Perry movie, girl. You gotta be careful. Oh my God, yes, he has went to her house before. That's why I'm like, girl, I'll be scared to go home. So after that, he soft blocked me on Instagram, and that was that. Honestly, that is the best case scenario that could have happened, and that is probably why his ass is still on the Tenderloin app, because that's scary. You don't say stuff like that. Like, what? I will say he was put in my life for a purpose, though. I had a friend who I fell out with for no other reason than we just stopped talking. And I was talking to him about her, and he asked why we fell out, and I told him why. I never had anything negative to say about her because she was such a good friend, and I told him that. He recently lost some friends to drugs, so he asked me why I didn't just text her. I told him it would be awkward, to which he replied, would it be awkward or are you making excuses? And it pushed me to get up and talk to her. Now we're talking and hanging out again. So I'm grateful for him checking me on that and pushing me to talk to her again instead of enabling my anxiety. And that's why I wish him the best. And that's why I still wanted to be friends with him, because I needed someone who would be as real with me as he was. Friend. I will agree with you. I feel like people are put into your life for a reason. And I feel like his purpose was to probably be the olive branch for you and your friend. However, I can't help it, because you know how when you say when certain paranormal stuff happens, I gotta like look at like the, you know, the earthly thing as well. The earthly scenario is that this is a juice head, self-absorbed, false positivity ass person, and it does not surprise me that this false positivity ass person is telling you to go into the past and go do some, just do it. Like, it does not shock me. And I'm sure little instances like this is why he considers himself a good man, because people come back and tell him like, oh yeah, I jumped off that cliff like you told me and it actually worked. Nobody ever goes back and confronts you. I listened to you and it didn't work. That like never happens, because people feel shame and, you know. So yeah, I don't deny it. That's the earthly, you know. But hey, you got your friend back, so that's good. So even though he did that, I had to cut him off. However, I just didn't have that type of energy. I couldn't have that type of energy around me and decided to cut things off for good. Once again, once I turn off my attraction, there is literally no going back. But anyway, that's my story. Me and the other Pisces. Y'all remember the other dude she said in the beginning? Me and the other Pisces are actually technically in a relationship now. Technically, or did he ask you out, friend? Can't be like, we gotta be blunt. Like, we need to know where we stand. Technically, as in he expressed that he wants to be my boyfriend, but that he wants to discuss some things with me before we get into a serious relationship, such as my mindset. And if I'm ready for the commitment, with me being 25 and him being 27, neither of us is dating to date anymore. I'm imagining he's dating to marry, as am I. So we're discussing things this Thursday before we make things official, which I appreciate because it feels like the mature thing to do. Okay, I mean, this is another one of those things where like, it shouldn't be that hard. Why can't y'all just date and figure out, like, I get it. Social media, society is making us feel like, you know, we need to do all of this shit before we're 30 type shit, you know, but honestly, dating someone for a few months won't kill you, your time bank, or your time span, or none of that. Like, this is low-key giving arranged marriage a little bit, and not like cultural traditional arranged marriage, like literally if you're single and I'm single by 30, let's just fucking get married type of deal. Because like, damn, bro, you can't even call me like, we can't date. I'm pretty sure everyone hitting on 30 is dating to marry. Like, I don't know. I hope that you guys, because you've already went on this little outing, so I hope that you guys, like, you know, came to a common ground on like what you want from each other. But yeah, I feel like a good signification that you are dating to marry is not doing this little situationship, friends with benefits, let's not put a label on it. No. If you come in, you are my girlfriend, I am courting you, here's some flowers, this is where we're going. That's showing signs of wanting to be married. That whole playing with You say somebody in the chat said, if I married any man I dated before 30, I can guarantee I will be dead or divorced. So please just chill. 30 is not geriatric. Exactly. Like, don't feel that pressure, bro. Like, I'm telling you, once you get to a certain point, having a sneaky link and shit like that is embarrassing. Like, we're grown, you know, like everyone should be dating for solid commitment after a certain point. There's like a little gap. And then once you hit around, you know, once you get older and all of your peers are damn near fucking divorced and shit. Yeah, that's why the STD rates and shit are so high in these nursing homes. That's when you become a little freak again. Okay. Like, but yeah, bro, this whole like, oh, we don't have a label, we don't need a title, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just showing play energy. But they gave me an update, so I'm hoping that we get some good news. And she said she found this man on Tinder too. Ooh. Oh my God, little Bailey the cat is so freaking cute, bruh. Like, and their paws are so big. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, so here's the update about the dinner. Yeah, getting crab legs at 73 is crazy, huh? Oh no, getting crab. No, yes. They be getting nasty in the old people homes and in the communities. I live in Florida and we have a really infamous community here called the Villages, and people put bath squeegees on their car to signify with different colors to signify what thing they're into, like whether they are swingers, they are into LGBTQ plus stuff, if they're into just watching. Like, bro, these old people be freaked out, bro. They be freaked out. They do not care, bro. They just don't be caring, bro. They do not care, bro. I'm telling you. So let's get to this update. So for one, I forgot to explain why I called Mr. London bitter. I called him bitter because if a black woman were to talk about black men the way that he talks, she would be called bitter. Yes, or what the last dude from last week said, a hating black girl response. No, I agree. He is bitter. Bro is bitter as shit. And he's self-hating because it don't make no sense. You got all this shit to say about black women, but you come from a black woman. You're dating black women. You're fucking black women. Like, who are you trying to convince? Like, I'm just so, like, what? So, calling a spade. But two, I officially have a boyfriend now. The other Pisces and I'll call him Trevor, had a conversation about our expectations of one another in a relationship and our goals for the relationship. He said that he tends to move pretty fast. So despite it being 2 months of us dating, he wanted to make sure that I was on the same page as him regarding whether we should take things to the next level. He also informed me of how his schedule will be looking in 2024 so I can know what I'm getting myself into, and that I'll have a boyfriend I might not see as often as I want to. I'm not going to say what he does, but he works in blah, 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 and just graduate. Oh, okay. He just graduated, accepting a 6-month apprenticeship. So he'll be doing both full-time jobs with 1 day off a week. Damn. And we live on opposite sides of a very big city. Damn. Which is about 50 minutes one way without traffic. Oh, my God. Despite all that, I'm willing to make it work because I like him and I want to see where things go. Time flies and we'll be able to see each other with ease again in no time. By the summer, right? By June. Damn. So 3, I told my ex a few days ago that we're not going to get back together and that I need him to come get his shit. Oh, he was keeping all his stuff there because he knew that once he took them back, it was over for good. He was nice about it and told me that he was happy for me. He told me that he knew things were never going to be fixed after he treated me the way he did, and that he only did it because his friend told him that being mean to me would help create space. That's why I'm saying, if any man is telling you that they on Twitter getting advice from Twitter talking about black man this, black woman this, trust me. Trust me. And I know I'm trying to, hold on. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh, my gosh. Oh, okay. I'm good. I was going to say, I know he was sounding sassy earlier, talking about it's giving very much, talking about period, all this stuff. You got mommy issues. I'm sorry, but it's giving one of the girls. Like, and then you care so much about male validation. Like, it's weird. Oh my God, not another one. I can't. Okay. Oh my God, okay. Oh my God, I can't. Okay. So, he listened to his friends. What a dumbass. He told me he wished he'd handled things better and that he just wants me to be happy. Anyway, on to the next chapter of my life. I'm excited to see where this will take me. P.S. Here's some pictures of Trevor. Oh, you got you a little white boy. Okay. We see you, girl. Okay. And then not you over here. You trying to look. You're not the asshole. She sent me a final message being like, look, and like when I was talking to my ex about hard topics and stuff, like I wasn't hanging out while we were all hanging out with friends and stuff. Like, girl, it was him, not you. You're fine. Oh my gosh. She says she wishes the best. I'm so excited for your Twitch era. I hope you gain even more notoriety than you already have in the content creator space. Love ya. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you so much for sending in this story. I am so glad that you have gotten this power universe villain out of your life. I hope things go well with you and Trevor. It does sound like it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard to, keep everything together because of the distance and everything. But as long as y'all are down for the ride, I don't see why it could be, anything but just you're going to have to trust each other, plan dates. He looks like the dude that Superhead was fucking with. Yeah, Unique is cute. This dude looks like the dude who, I don't want to ruin the show, but he's not alive anymore on the show. And shout out to Niecy Bear for the tier 1 subscription while I was out. Sorry I didn't see you. Hello. It's been 3 months already. But yeah, I don't know that dude's name. He's a singer too. He sings. And he has like a flat nose. I can't explain it. He looked kind of like a backyardigan a little bit. But a lot of people think he fine. That's what he looked like. You said we should do reviews on old seasons. We might. That would be pretty fun. But yeah, if y'all know what dude I'm talking about, put it in the comments. I'm about to move on to the next story because that was a long one. That was a real long one. No, it's not Bow Wow. What's that man? Y'all really about to make me look him up. What's that man's name off of Power? How he died was crazy. That's why it's like I'm not trying to ruin the show. What's his name? Yes, Rotimi. That's his name, Rotimi? What was his name in the show? Yes, Rotimi. The dude that Superhead claims is her baby daddy or some shit. Yes, his name was Dre. That was his name on here. His name was Dre. That was so many seasons ago. And then why does he have so many? Yeah, I'm getting distracted. I'm over here looking at his discography. Why you got so many weird shows about you? I don't know. And it's crazy. Like, It's not his features or anything that makes him unattractive to me. It's because I know for a fact he's cringe in real life. Like the little shit he be doing is just so cringe. And then I'm not really into like the juice head look either. Like I've always been into the rock star look. I like my men skinny, tall, frail. It's like King of the Hill when Dale is like, oh, you don't got to worry about my bitch. She likes some frail and thin in stature. Like, let me stop. I'm about to move on. So, the second story, am I the asshole when healing leads to homelessness? So now we about to talk about that real shadow work, not that little shit that Mr. London on the track was doing earlier, okay? So, he said, hey, Naja, I just want to know, am I the asshole for exposing my dad's cheating to his partner of 10 years? That is crazy. Okay. Let me make sure, because I was like, this sounds a little familiar, but I'm going to read it. Y'all let me know if it sounds even more familiar. But my dad is a serial cheater. I lived with my mom growing up, but my dad and I had a strained relationship because every time I go to visit him, there was some new lady. He was trying to parade me around. The woman in this story is about to come into my life when I was 10 and I'm 20 now. So let's call her Marie. Despite their long-term relationship, I've gone through periods staying with my dad for the school summer. And he'd have us staying at some other lady's spot. Oh, wow. As a teen, I knew something was off, but I didn't really like understand. Oh, your dad was a Rolling Stone girl. So, he was the parent you liked because they're barely around. So when they do pop up, it's just to give you money or otherwise spoil you and to make themselves feel better as a parent. Yeah, I have tea. So fast forward to 2019, my dad moves in with Marie. I'm in high school, and this is right before the pandemic, you know. So I didn't really care. Mind you, my dad was always moving in with some lady, and he'd keep an apartment on the side because that's what cheaters do. But this time, he 100% moved in with Marie, and they became as serious as I've ever seen my dad. She came to my high school graduation, and it wasn't strange because they'd been playing house for a while. But I always harbored some sort of like animosity or tension when it came to her because she just seemed to worship my dad despite all his sketchy behavior. I had low-key beef with her after being around so many different women who would fake nice with me just to get closer to my dad. And my dad would be using me to woo the ladies on some like, look, I'm a single dad. Right. I was coming to my senses. And while, yes, I took it out on my dad, it rubbed off into my relationship with Marie, too. So moving on, in October of 2021, my dad saved me from a domestic abuse situation. Oh, my gosh. I was going through it, moving in with a guy. That story is tea, but I'm still processing. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you. And even though he's shitty, I'm glad he did what he was supposed to do and show up when you needed him, because that's terrifying. You in a house with somebody that you're supposed to be safe at. So I had to move back in with him and Marie, and she and I had a very surface level relationship. It was like living with a stranger or being a guest, even though she watched me grow up. We never formed much of a bond because on my end, I'm not about to play house with you, lady. That was their little fantasy world, and I would not continue to be a pawn for my dad. So I move on with my life, pick up the pieces, and start healing from the pandemic trauma and the relationship I just gotten out of. Man, this sucks because it's like, really, this is all your dad's fault. This is all your dad's fault. He should have paid more attention to building a relationship with you and Marie than he was trying to prove to the world that he had it together. You know, I feel like he spent more energy in trying to show, you know, your mom's family, his family, the school, his job. Like, look, we're a package deal. We're coming out as a unit. We're going to the graduations. We're taking family pictures. We live together. I got majority custody, like all types of little bullshit, right? Instead of like actually building a foundation in the house. He was just trying to make it seem nice. How I like picture it is like where somebody builds the whole perimeter of a building and then you walk in and it's like fucking gutted. It's like, yeah, it looks like a beautiful house on the outside. The lawn is beautiful. Like the cars parked outside, immaculate. You walk in, there's nothing in there. Nothing in there. So it's not so much as she wanted you to play house. It's just, it felt like y'all were playing house because he never held importance on building that up, you know? So fast forward, it's August 2023, and my dad is away most of the time for work. By this time, I'd see him maybe once a month, and it was really just me living with Marie, and nothing changed. I'm still tense, and she's probably thinking that I hate her. I hit my dad up one day because I was sick of the one-sided beef I had with her. So another thing that I think is happening right here is in the past, you were a child. So it was kind of like more so evident, like, Marie, it's your job to talk to this child. It is not that child's job to come up to you and insinuate conversation. But now that you're grown, I think that they're expecting you to maneuver that way. Whereas you have your inner child wound and you're like, she doesn't know this, but you're trying to, you know, work stuff out. But in her head, she's like, bro, I did everything I was supposed to do. There should be nothing wrong with you. But she doesn't know what your dad put you through. So she's in her head, she's like, girl, we're just not clicking. Like, we're just not clicking. You not coming to me as a woman trying to talk. You hiding in the room. Like, I see both sides of the story. And that's why I solely blame your dad. Like, for real. So we would have stupid little incidents. For example, I would wash my dishes. She'd watch hers. But the next day when all the dishes are put away, she would leave my one little spoon and plate on the dish rack. Oh, hell no. I'd go check the mail after a week and her stuff was gone, but mine would still be there. Petty stuff. Like she's treating you like a roommate. She's not treating you like a mama. She's treating you like a roommate because you low-key acting like a roommate. But again, this is your daddy's fault for not setting these boundaries and these roles, right? So I let my dad know about all this. He tells me something straight out of my mom's book of Toxic Parenting 101. She pays the bill, so whatever she says, does, goes. You don't pay, so no one owes you respect. Now that's wild. I don't think that is a valid statement. I feel like everybody deserves respect, whether you pay a bill or not. However, when it comes to like who is watching the TV, who is, you know, in the master bedroom, who is taking long ass showers, you know, now that's when we get to, look, they pay the bills. You just gonna have to deal with it. But it's irrelevant. So I told him this is true. I wasn't paying, but if you want my money so bad, send an invoice and quit treating me like a subclass human. Girl, you should have never said that. You should have just looking at your get out plan and then just leave. Like, you should have never said that. So we get into an apartment as we often did. No, we get into an argument. Sorry. We get into an argument as we often did because his whole hands-off approach worked when I live with my mom. But now I need a parent to help me navigate this weird relationship between me and the woman he's been cheating on. Oh, wow. For as long as I've known her. This all sets me off and I ponder smashing all the shit they had in their house. But instead, I put on my healing cap and thought to myself, how can I solve this rather than prolong it? Naja, when I tell you I wrote out a whole timeline with dates, key events, names for Marie, and I sat her down real calmly that same night after we both had come home. And I know this could have came off as vindictive. But when I really put my healing cap, my main issue with Marie wasn't anything she'd personally done to me. It was really just a resentment and confusion on my end, trying to understand why she was with a person like my dad. Bruh, you don't know what she know. And then there are some women in the world who think having a man is better than having no man, which is very toxic. You don't know, she might be one of them people where she's just like, girl, I know he cheats, but look at this house I'm living in. Like, what? So I walk her through this whole timeline with my life, my relationship with my dad, and I explain to her, like, I've had silent beef for you this long because I'm having secondhand guilt from your cheating ass man. I can't healthily coexist as an adult with you in this household if it's not built on open, honest communication. She tells me straight up she caught him cheating before at his old apartment. And more recently, some other girl hit her up, pretty much saying, yo, man is cheating. That's probably why he likes her so much, because she allows him to go and cheat. Like, that's crazy. My little Google document was literally the concrete proof she needed to end the relationship with my dad once and for all. Yeah, because I feel like she was on some, okay, it's one thing for the whole town to whisper and shit. You got the kids know? Oh, hell nah, this is embarrassing. Like, no wonder I'm being disrespected. Wow. It would be shallow to think I did this all to just break them up. And I didn't know she was going to do that. And essentially, they're basically common law married, finances shared and all, but she literally packed his stuff and kicked him out. He came home one day to see all the stuff in trash bags. He asked me what I told her, and I simply said, that is between y'all. I spoke my piece and truly made peace with my relationship with her over the next few months, or the next few weeks. But of course, being that my dad officially left, I couldn't stay, and they were taking him off of the lease. Oh yeah, I forgot, because it was her house. Now Marie and I are building a relationship outside of my dad, and I'm learning to build trust and form connections with other adults and accept that some people in the world are truly good people. I now live in a transitional housing program, which is a blessing given from my past living situations. I have my own room, and even though there's a 2-year time limit, I have so much space to flourish and exist as a young adult without all the triggers and the trauma. Well, I'm glad that you're in like a space at least for 2 years. You have 2 years worth of stability. But that's crazy to me that your dad is just literally a rolling stone. He don't got no spot. Like, he was literally depending on that woman 100%. And I feel like, yes, Marie does want to keep contact with her because she probably feels in her own way guilty. But realistically, if Marie let you live with her, your daddy would keep trying. And eventually he would get in. And then it's toxic all over again. Not everybody, like, this is the only way. Unfortunately, it was the only way. Today, I've changed my number and I have been no contact with all of my family since I left Marie's in October. Wow. Like, that is wild. I've been through so much defeat and abuse from those people that even though I'm 20 and expected to function like an adult, this is the first time where I actually have a chance. So am I the asshole for exposing my dad? Many will say I brought this on myself, but I've been on a rampage of removing all the BS and existing on my own terms of righteousness and self-preservation. Okay. I do right by the world because it's all I ever want to receive back. In doing this, I avoid unnecessary drama. Thank you for reading this. I'm still sort of processing everything, so I'd love if you and the tribe can give any input since advice isn't really necessary. Well, my main input is as long as you feel good about what you did, that's, all that matters. I personally feel like you did the right thing by letting her know. Also, Marie is a better person than a lot of us because a lot of us would have buckled and just let you stay in the house and then let your daddy move in. Like, she had to do what she fucking had to do. And now you have to do what you have to do. I think it's really disappointing that your dad couldn't get his shit together and at least have you stacking up in an actual environment where you can stack up. I don't know about the stipulations of where you're staying or anything, but ideally living someplace where you don't have to pay rent and you can just stack up your money and have a cushion to go somewhere is like ideal. I hope that you make new friends, new colleagues, stuff like that, so that maybe you can get out of this situation and move in with some like-minded people with similar goals, But yeah, you're only 20. the world is your oyster, no pun intended. Like, you could be and do whatever you would like. You said you didn't want any advice, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, I guess. However, let's just say if I were you, I would try to get into like a trade, a certification, something within those 2 years maybe, so then when you leave there you can get into something. But yeah, I would just do something so where you can be self-sustainable for now, even if that's not your dreams or, you know, like your dream job. Because you said you go in, you cut off contact with all your family. Like, you really are gonna have to be 100% advocate for yourself in like every way, financially, emotionally, all that shit. So kudos to you, little sis. That is a lot to deal with. And I'm pretty sure I could see why you say people say that you put that on yourself. But honestly, there are some things in life where that's just how shit rolls. Like, if your father was a responsible person, you wouldn't be in the 2-year, you get what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with your mom and them, but you haven't been there in a long time, since childhood. Like, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. We are all rooting for you. Okay. So let's move on to the next story. This one is very, very short, and it's called Empath Forgiveness Advice. Please help. Okay. So they said, I'm not sure what I'm saying when I write this email, but I know I would love your advice on some events in my life. So first, let me just start by saying trigger warning. Okay. I gave birth to my son 3 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Oh my gosh. And they were a little preemie baby. This is also my first child, so my nerves have been everywhere. We've finally been released from the hospital, and I'm trying to recover at home. Needless to say this, so I can give you better background information, the trigger warning is for SA, okay? So I had a cousin who was in the jailhouse system, and his mother passed away when he was young. The father never was in his life, and his stepfather also passed away, and he had been on the wrong path. He joined gangs, he was stealing, and he SA'd another cousin who was young, and he even unalived somebody. Oh my gosh. He was jailed for 38 years, and no one could come visit him because he would keep getting charges added on from behind bars because he was acting up. No shade, but why would y'all want to visit him? I would let him rot in there. Like, what do I need to visit you for? Ew. Now that I said that, let me give you some history on me. So I'm a woman who is an SA, survivor. And I do not like those who commit SA acts on innocent parties. I also am an empath. When people tell me their problems, I notice that it takes a heavy toll on me. So I take on their problems and issues to the point where I can't even sleep. Damn. With that being said, while just fresh from the hospital with my preemie son, I got the news that the cousin who was in jail had took their own life. But they think it could also be a possible homicide. They don't know. Ever since then, it's like a dark, gloomy house finding out the news. My mother blames herself for not really being involved in his life. I had got on the path of not taking on my mother's issue with the passing, but it's not her who I'm empathetic towards. Another family member who this is affecting wants to vent to me about it, and I feel bad saying this, but I don't want to hear it. I feel like if he unalived himself, then he knew what he was doing. Even if he was unalived by someone else, he had taken someone's life himself. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Hey. Am I wrong because I don't want to feel any emotions toward this situation? I've been trying to do other activities like, watch a funny movie, but living with my mom and my other family makes it impossible to find joy to give to my son. What can I do to be less empathetic and not a bad person because you don't want to think about my cousin's situation? Oh, girl, I'm about to solve your problems. Are you ready? You're a mom. You just became a mom. This girl, what? All you got to do is my emotions are very fragile right now. I just had a baby. Like, get out of my face. I just had a baby. Keep playing on that. This is what I do, okay? I don't consider myself an empath or anything, but I am very, very sensitive to other people's feelings. I kind of just clocked it as people pleasing, and I have to maneuver in life, you know, so I'm not over here bending over backwards for people, right? What I've noticed is, you know how white women just be like crying, bro? Like, as a woman, just like really like lean on that. Like, stop being strong all the fucking time. Like, actually like cry, bro. Just be like, bro, I am going through this life-changing thing. Like, I just became a mom. Like, really go in on that shit, bro. Like, really lean on it. And guess what? It's not a lie. It's not a lie. You just had a baby. I'm like, I don't want any negativity around my son. And then I would even play on this. Now that I'm a mom, I really don't empathize for him. Like, he touching on kids. Like, I would be on that baby wave for 2 years. Who you telling? Riding that wave. I would be riding the fuck out. You just had Jit. Yo, baby still got plasma and shit on it. Like, look, I can't talk about that. I do not have the space. Like, I was like, bro, y'all about to put me into postpartum or some shit. Like, y'all need to go in the back room and talk about it. Like, I don't want any negativity around my baby. I don't care. Call it new age parenting all you want. I do not give a damn. And then anytime you are in outbursts, you said, I'm not a bad person and I don't want them to. Girl, anything you do for the next year, just blame it on the postpartum. Cuss them people out. Blame it and then make them feel bad. Just like, wow, you're really going to shame a woman who almost lost her life. I just gave birth to a human being and you're going to put blame on me for being a little fucking frustrated. Girl, you better gaslight the fuck out of those people because they're gaslighting you right now to feel bad over a murderous child predator who they were not there for and could have probably prevented a lot of things. That's the real. Like, what? Y'all are insane. Who sent me this video? One of y'all sent me this video. Hold on. But yeah, I encourage you to just gaslight the hell out of those people because it's like nobody wants to talk about that. You said you better deflect until that baby hits 18. No, for real. And I bet you they're not going to be talking about this man like in the next, 2 years. They're not going to be talking about him. No, for real. Just keep on deflecting. Just like, oh, well, I'm just so stressed. You know, the baby got to go to daycare. Oh, man, I'm so stressed. You know, the baby got to go to preschool. Oh, man, you know, the baby got a first day of school. The fuck? Y'all got it. But no, I was saying, who sent me this video? Look at this shit. Who sent me this, bruh? Who sent me this? And I can't even play it because now bro's on Apple Music. But someone sent me this video talking about some man they were talking to looked like that. And I can't find the story right now. So I'm not going to. But god damn. Okay. All right. Here's the last story. We got some receipts. For the last story. This one is the crush on the undercover incel, okay? The one you've all been waiting for. My girl did not even, well, she did try, but it was a very half-assed try to blur out these screenshots. Stop being messy. I'm not going to show his business, but stop being messy. Bro do look like a Simpson. That's crazy. He do. Wow. All right, let's get into this story. I'm scared because there's so many receipts. Let me see. Do I have all of them? I don't even think I got all of them. Do I? We've got, oh my God, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I did get them. 4. Okay, cool. All right. Oh my gosh, they sent me this over a few times, so maybe that's why I got lost in the sauce. All right. Sorry, I just had to get together. Okay. The crush on the incel. Hello. I have been a silent watcher for a while, but I have been watching since the 6th grade. Talking about not too much. What was you doing watching? What were you doing? You know what I was doing in the 6th grade? Reading Twilight and New Moon. Why are y'all up here? What are y'all doing? She said now she is a freshman in college. I really appreciate your channel and its content. It is top tier. Well, thank you so much, little tribe member. Turn big tribe member. So, this happened pretty recently and it's blowing my mind. Basically, I met this guy. We're going to call him Lay's, like the Lay's chips, in my art class. We hit it off really well and became close fast, like texting, see each other all the time. And I eventually developed a crush on him. And I told him because I genuinely thought it was reciprocated. He would call me a work of art, saying I never met anyone like you, compliment me all the time, and bought me a flower once. A flower once. So imagine my surprise when he sent me a long ass text saying I am not ready for a relationship. I said, okay, but was still trying to see if he liked me back. Why did this dude send me a meme? I was so frustrated, but we remained friends and never spoke about it. And he just stopped flirting with me. We still hung out all the time, but it was less romantic. Why are you hanging out with him? Let me just tell all my young tribe members this. If they say they don't want to be in a relationship or whatever, like, I wouldn't even do the whole, the thing, bro. Because let's keep it a buck. When we are the opposite side, like when we are the person hanging out with somebody, don't you pretty much know if you're attracted to them or not, like off rip, or if you want to be friends with them, right? So if somebody came into something wanting to date and then you find out later, like, actually, you're a really good friend, that's when, you know, maybe we can still continue hanging out after the, hey, I don't want a relationship text. But if we started off as classmates, became friends, now you're getting me a flower, and now you're telling me that you don't want something, but we still need to hang out. No, that's somebody planting seeds to see how loose your boundaries are, to see if they can keep knocking them. So, okay, let me see how much I can get from this person without giving. T. Oh, and always beware those bearing gift with a T. Beware those bearing gift. Because it's usually, that gift is probably going to get brought up a lot. I hate dudes like this, bro. It's so annoying. So, one day we were hanging out late at night. It got super serious. By the way, this is the same night I took an edible for the first time after a 3-month tolerance break and from only smoking. And I actually went into psychosis from that. And I was texting him about it because I was scared and he was annoyed with me. I should have stopped talking to him then, but I digress. No, seriously, sickness and in health, that is such a ick to me. Like, if a man is just so, like, bro, let's keep it a bug. If you about to die, I'm about to spring into action, right? So if I'm about to die, I'm gonna need you to spring into action. I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna need you to care. Okay? Maybe that's my daddy issues. I don't know. But I can't be with no, like, worthless ass. Like, what? So he was confessing to me that he wasn't good for me. Okay, strike 11,000. If a dude's telling you he's not good, like, I'm really going to need you to listen. I'm really going to need you to listen and not spend your time trying to convince him. Okay? He said he's not good for me and that he's a bad person and that and he has a corn addiction. He told me he does not respect women. Girl, run. Remember I told you he's testing the boundaries to see, like, you need to let him know that this turns you off, like, immediately, bro. I bet you. Just be like, bro, you're scaring the hoes. Shut up. Stop talking, bro. Like, what? He's confessing to me that he's not good and he doesn't respect women. And I'm so confused because he never shows signs of being misogynistic. So I assumed it was in the past before I met him. I was telling him about my past to make him more comfortable and assuring him that he's not like that anymore and he's changed. So we shouldn't think like that. And he stayed silent. Again, my little friends out there. This man is screaming for help. Screaming for help. Crying for help. Like, bro, he's telling you, like, bro, I'm a bad guy. I'm bad. Like, I'm not good. And you're like, no. That was a version of you that I've just never met before. I know exactly what you're talking about. And he's just sitting here like, damn, okay. No, for real, you over here negotiating with the terroristas. The week after, we went to a concert, and he brought his friend, who is now my boyfriend. Oh, wow. He set us up together, and I assumed that meant he was over us, and I went with it because I was over him. Me and his friend started dating 2 months after this day, and my parents kept asking me how Lays felt about it, and I was like, I don't care. He set us up. But something my dad said really stuck with me. He said Lays must hate you dating his friend, and I really said nah and kept it pushing. Your dad is right, and I'm about to put you on some fucking game. That was a test. This person is a very testy individual. This person seems like a very black and white thinker, and he likes to go by test, fate, shit like that. This person has a control problem. Again, I'm not a therapist, but this is what people do when they want to have control of their life. They do these little tests and situations. Yes, no. Are you going to do this? Is she going to do this? And if they do this, then I'll do that. He set that shit up on purpose. Yeah, he set y'all up all right. He wanted to see if you would really do it, and you did it, which, I mean, who the fuck wouldn't? But these are these little tests that he's doing in his head. Like, nah, bro, you should have listened to your daddy. This shit gonna pop up again. And I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this, you end up by yourself because of Lays. Because, look, fast forward a few days later, and me and Lays went to another concert. And I don't know how this got brought up, but I confessed to him that when I was 12, I used to watch alt-right YouTubers because I had unlimited internet access, and that was just the trend in 2016. He then told me, thinking this was a safe space, that he also watched alt-right YouTubers and sent me this video of a racist, and it made my stomach turn. This is what he said to me. Here's the first screenshot. What the fuck? Okay. So, yeah, that was a joke, but I understand if you want to cut me off for that. In reality, I didn't want to ruin the friendship. I don't give a fuck how I be feeling. We can talk more if you want, but if not, then block me if that's how you feel. I don't blame you, but again, this is what I meant. Jokes like that don't make it seem that I've matured. So if you'd like to check me as a friend and not potential stranger, let me know. A little mishap now and then is totally guaranteed with someone like me. If a mistake, oh my God, this dude is so self-deprecating. It's annoying. If a mistake such as this doesn't cut it for you, really? Be the weed whacker and trim that. Oh my God. Cry me a river and write me a fucking book. Like, shut up. You and your new boo need space to grow out of people like me. People from the past. Fuck a distraction. This is my... How did we get here? I thought we was making jokes about freaking Onision ass people. Like, weed whacker. If you don't fucking cut it out. Oh my God. Ugh. So obviously I'm scared, and I confronted him on it, and he just spoke to me in riddles, and I'm like, okay, bruh. My mom told me to keep being his friend because he needs help. See, no, mom advice. Mama should have told you to leave him alone. You should have told your dad he did all that. Your dad was like, yeah, he's about to snap. Leave him alone. He needs a therapist. Just because he needs help, no, he needs a therapist. And it sounds like he has other male friends he could lean on, right? Like, I'm not about to do this. This is dangerous. Tell me why my boyfriend calls me and says, I need to tell you something. He tells me that Lays told him and my friends the only reason I did not get with them, referring to me, is because they would be too upset. I was seeing red. And to make matters worse, my boyfriend and his friends were telling me that Lays was talking about me like he was passing me on, like I was some type of toy. So I confronted him, and this dude is just about to speak in riddles again. What the hell is wrong with this man? Like, what are you talking about? I'd like to thank you. I've been frustrated lately. I'm glad for you to be able to at least talk to me about these things. Typically, people don't have the brain to. All right, Onision Jr. I'm glad you don't dismiss me, even if you don't know me that well. And I don't mean all my flaws. I mean everything I've been through. Blank doesn't see that. But, man, you need to shut up. You said, I did not act all high and mighty. I'm checking you as a stranger because I don't even know who you are anymore. I thought you were close friends, but you're a misogynist first. How could you even say that? You're actually sick. What did he say? Oh, the jokes with the, yeah. Again, fuck all that too. But again, I'll respect that part. And that's exactly what I'm trying to grow out of. So thank you. I have nothing more to say. All right. Bye-bye. Why do you keep texting back? But don't get it twisted. I did not want to ruin the friendship. That's point blank the truth. Also, I'm sorry, but for him to take that seriously baffles me. So you're admitting y'all were having locker room talk on some misogynistic shit, and you got upset because he's taking you. He's upset because your new man is taking you seriously. That's the real tea. He said, now I know not to be mad at anyone. We're all growing. It is what it is. Enjoy your time on this rock. Bruh, shut up. This is so Pisces male coded. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is like this little mystic talk bullshit. Ew. Even, just like, bro, really? My words are never final and I'm fluent in contradict. Like, are you good, bro? Do you need help? I need to get you something. She's like, yeah, the first part. Hold on, let me see. Does she want me to read that last one yet? Like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, what do he got going on? He needs to get a journal or something. Like, he needs to get a journal. And where is this from? Oh, this is somebody else talking about him, I guess. Who is this? I'm going to just read it because I don't understand. The first part is like definitely the deal breaker, but that's the thing. He'll be pretty nonsensical when it comes to race jokes. Oh, this is how it started. So this is the first, him trying to explain the YouTuber that he used to watch. He said he'll be pretty nonsensical when it comes to race and shock, but he's quite a genius, weird as fuck. Why is he a genius? How is he a genius? I don't know about y'all, but like some of those ignorant people use race humor and shit. I don't see how. Okay. I tend to turn the other cheek with some of the stuff, but the fact that he's so aware and so quick to put an end to the personas and get the bottom of stuff is what baffles me. And I don't know if that's good or not, but yeah, it's just incredibly interesting to me compared to people like iDubbbz. It's so funny because even iDubbbz has come out today as an adult and has denounced all of his previous content, has apologized to his wife, apologized to a whole bunch of women. Like, there are people like him who are just trying to hold on to this little era where the people that were in charge of creating the era is like over it and wish it would have never happened. Not to say I enjoy the monotonous slander on the countless demographics, which I share relations with. Bro, you sound like a fucking square. You sound like, bro, I want to bully this kid so bad. Because I hate when people use big words and shit to try to come off like what they're saying is valid. It's like, bro, you're literally advocating for racism. You're writing to women like you're fucking, what is it, Norman Bates? Like, come on, bro. Chill. You're scaring the hoes. I'll probably grow up and have another milestone like this and see where he's coming from and know if it isn't my cup of tea anymore. But right now, the way the world is and how constantly mocks it, I don't see a reason to turn off my ears. But yeah, if this sounds hypocritical, I don't blame you for thinking that. Bro, you need help. You need help. You over here fighting for your life to watch Onision. Like, let's keep it a buck. In 2023, you're fighting for your life to watch alt-right YouTubers in 2023 as well. So I block him. Because literally, what are you even talking about? No, like, seriously, bro. Like, you're giving me a fucking headache. And you're not even poetic in a romantic way. You're literally, like, it's giving just, do you want to listen to Sicko Mode or more Bamba? Like, it's just giving that. Like, you're not giving what you think, bro. Like, stop. It's annoying. Talking about the monotonous, but shut up. So I see him 2 days later at my boyfriend's graduation, and he pulls me aside and says something like, oh, it was a joke, and I set you up with your boyfriend so you wouldn't have to experience guys like me, but obviously I messed up. And honestly, I just started crying because I really thought he was my friend, and I felt so dumb for not seeing the red flags. Please don't flame me for this, but I ended up unblocking him so we could talk about it more, and all three of us hung out. Okay, now, remember what your dad said? This is what happens when a guy feels that way and then they take control of the situation. He is in full control. Lays is in full control of your relationship. Why the fuck are y'all having dates with all three of y'all? Something's going on. There is something weird going on here. Because birds of a feather flock together. Something's going on. He was mad I brought my boyfriend with me, but I was 100% not going to be anywhere alone with him. He said he wanted to talk more and tell me something alone, but I'm not sure if I should go. I probably will not because, girl, no, don't go. Do not go and see that person by yourself. What the fuck, girl? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. How is your boyfriend even comfortable about even being associates with this dude? If y'all graduated, right? Like, if he still fucks with this dude after graduation, I don't know, friend. I don't know. So my boyfriend was telling me that the day we first met, Lays pulled him aside and told him all of my business. Like how I was in the mental hospital after the guy I lost my V card to ghosted me and got a new girlfriend, and how I'm not all the way there, and he was for real trying to sabotage us. No, he was playing God, bro. He wanted to create a situation. He wanted to test both of y'all. He wanted to see, would my friend really date a bitch that I deem damaged goods? You know, because again, the Twitter mentality ass, incel, alt-right YouTube ass dudes, y'all are seeing a pattern, right? They all care about male validation at the end of the day. He was testing his homie, and then he was also testing you to see how far he actually knocked your boundaries down to see if you would feel bad about dating his friend. He need to go to jail. He's manipulative. He reminds me of, you know that movie with Macaulay Culkin, The Good Kid or something like that? That's the vibe I get from him. Just like, well, I'm bored, so I just want to like make a little scenario and see what happens. You know? Weirdo. This guy was for real trying to sabotage us. He also told my boyfriend that he wasn't good enough for me, but swears up and down that he doesn't have a crush on me and never has. I asked Lays 5 billion times if he ever liked me, and he says no. I haven't talked to him since we all hung out, and I don't think I will be, but a part of me really misses him because we were so close. Like, that was bestie. Bestie? What type of friendship? Like, this person just seemed like they wanted to see, again, like they create scenarios. I feel like they wanted to play boyfriend simulator for like a few weeks, and they were like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I'll see you later. And then you agreed with it. You're like, okay, yeah, cool. Let's just be. He's like, oh, I can keep this going. All right, let's see. What could I do next? Well, we're not together. Why don't you date my friend? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, well, let's see. What can I do next? Let's get some turmoil in this relationship. This dude is literally playing Sims with y'all life. Are you going to allow him? Like, Look, we used to even say I love you and stuff. Like, that's how deep it was. Girl, if that was true, you would not have dated his friend. You're only 20, right? How old are you? Like, bro, people be saying the L word when they be being grown. Like, it don't mean, you know. But I can tell you right now, people that love each other, they don't date their friends. They don't. You wouldn't have did. And I'm sure y'all are in a really good relationship. But unfortunately, some people just will not date someone that they are into because girl code, respectability politics, birds of a feather hanging together. I'm going to still have to see my fucking ex. Like, you know, I don't doubt that y'all cared for each other and that you care deeply because of your situation that happened with your first, you know, and you had to go to the mental and everything. Like, I don't doubt that you do care deeply, but that's not what people who love each other do. But she said, I don't know. That's just me. Here is pictures of me, my art, and my boyfriend. Let's see. Oh, you look cute. Yes, you look so cute. Yes, my Zoe sister. I know that's right. Yes, sister. I love the pink on you. It's so adorable. And you said, this is not what I look like anymore. So here's me. Oh, you're still cute. You pretty much look the same. Just jazzed up. It's like you found your look and you're like secure in it now. But I could tell that it was you. But yeah, good luck with your friend. I mean, not your friend. I'm sorry, girl. Good luck with your boyfriend. Especially because he is still in the loop. With this other dude. Hopefully he cuts him off. Here's the thing about respect. For example, my boyfriend, he don't be hanging around with no cheating ass dudes. Okay. Like it's not gonna mesh because a cheating ass dude, their activities are different than just a dude that wants to go out and get like a drink with their homies type shit or like go to a game or like go to the skate park. Like a cheating dude is about to be on cheating dude time, slime ball time. You're going to have to pick up for your homie and cover for them. The wife's going to call your best friend. So they got to, oh no, yeah, he's with me, lying. Like birds of a feather usually do flock together. Sometimes people do have to realize that this isn't their right pack and they do disperse. But I've noticed with men, it's way harder for them to do. And I think it's because a lot of males base their relationships off of surface level things, right? Because what the fuck do you mean you over here telling me that my girlfriend's been passed around and shit? I'm not about to fucking talk to you. I don't even want to be around somebody that can like factually say you had my girl. Like, I don't like that. I don't like you. Like, I would just keep that tidbit for thought. I'm not going to tell you what to do because you didn't ask me for advice, but because you've been watching me for so long and because you are young and I just see so much of myself in you. You're just like this artsy, free-spirited, my Zoe sister. Like, just watch. Just watch. Okay? Because like someone said in the early stream, if we all married the first guy, our first serious relationship in our 20s and shit, we would probably be divorced, you know, by now. So yeah, bro, I would just hope that dude is out of the picture because I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay. And one of them has a receipt. So we're going to get to the one with the receipt first. We have, am I the a-hole for not supporting my mom's relationship? Then we have my 2.5-year relationship down the drain. And the last one is one that I'm sure we all want to get to, is unicorn stories, okay? And it's basically, if y'all don't know what a unicorn is somebody who isn't necessarily in a poly relationship, but more so you have individual relationships with a relationship, if that makes any sense. You are the person that they have been dreaming for when they go onto LGBTQ plus dating apps and they hope to find, to bring home to their usually very stiff in the hip husband. So unicorn stories, I'm all for hearing them. Y'all know I'm about to get engaged, so I can't even, I can't get too deep, but in my younger years, I was wild and free and did some things. So I'm familiar with the unicorn struggle, being a bi girl. People try you on that shit a lot. They do. So I'm very interested to see how far this person took it. I look. Shout out to Raina for the subscription. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. But yeah, I could say, I wouldn't call myself like a unicorn though, because I really wasn't trying to like be with nobody. Well, maybe is that what a unicorn is? I don't know. Like the terminology has gotten so crazy now. But yeah, I can't wait to get into that. So the first one we're going to read is the one with the receipt. Okay. And I got this big old receipt over here staring me in my face. So I need to get to it. Let's go. So, am I the a-hole for not supporting my mom's relationship? So off rip, my response to that would be, there's got to be a reason why you're not supporting it. And obviously, if somebody is hurting your mom or, is displaying like abusive behavior of any sort, hell yeah, nah, I'm not about to, you're not the a-hole. And of course, there's gonna be a little pushback for you not approving because you're their kid. You're the biggest approval. Like deep down, even though they could be like, "Oh, I don't care. You're the child." They care what you think, right? So off rip, just off general, I would say not the a-hole, but we gonna see. So first off, I want to say how much I love you and your whole channel. Aw, thank you, dude. And I've been supporting you for so many years. Watching your growth has been inspirational, and you've always been a good sis in my head. Well, thank you so much for wanting to stick with me. I've gone through, we were just talking before we went live, I've gone through like so many physical changes, intellectual changes, all of that while being on this platform, any platform online, really. So for you guys to like stick with me through it and not like get the ick somewhere around and be like, oh, I can't stand it. It makes my heart feel good. Okay. So thank you. So I've written in to you before, but I don't think you read it because it was a very long story, but here's a minor background. I am Black. I am 25 and I am bi and I am a male. I am a Scorpio sun, a Sag moon, and rising. Ooh, shout out to all the Scorpios and the Sagittarius. This is interesting because in my youth, like I was saying, when this was like a thing or whatever, a relevant thing, I knew other unicorns, like, and we would vent to each other about like, girl, I've never met a guy one before, like ever. And if I have, they probably were DL and just didn't want to tell nobody, right? But I've never met... Girl, I'm mixing up the fucking stories. I'm over here thinking that I'm reading the unicorn story. I'm like, I've never met a male unicorn before. You know how bold you gotta be? I think you mentioning your sexuality just like put me back 2 topics ago. My bad. Our friend here, the Scorpio, no, regardless of the rumors, is not a unicorn, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, friend. All right. So, no, bro, I got too excited. For the story. Sorry, friend. I'm not trying to put nothing on you. Oh my gosh. Right. I'm over here starting shit. Sorry. Okay. They said you can call them Cyrus. I like that. That's mysterious. So let's dive into the story. My mom started dating this man we gonna call Tyrone at the end of 2019. I didn't know at the time, but my mom was cheating on my stepdad with Tyrone. Well, get them how you lose them type thing. Talking about Tyrone Biggums, look. They met because my mom's brother and his brother did 26 years in jail together, and they both got out around 2019 and were introduced. this is one of them stories where like the parents be lying and like, oh no, we met at the art museum. We didn't meet. What do you mean? Y'all both had incarcerated family members. And that's how, oh wow. 26 years is wild. That's a long time. She would always have company when my stepdad wasn't home and made sure nobody saw Tyrone when, you know, he came over. We ended up losing our home. Oh no. And had to move. And my mom took this opportunity to break up with my stepdad and we moved into a separate house. So pause. What was the stepdad doing? Like, was the stepdad not providing? Like, what was going on there? Were you a kid? Hold on. How old are you? 25. And this happened in like 2019. So I'm assuming that your mom has some money set aside somewhere. Because if she was able to just go ahead and get a new house, I don't know. Stepdad sound like he might have been dead weight. Still doesn't mean you should be cheating on anybody, though. You probably should have, you know, broke up with him. He probably needed somewhere to stay, child. I don't know. So they move into a new house, a separate house. She slowly brought Tyrone around more and more before establishing to everyone that this is her dude. I was cordial with him at first, but then certain situation happens that made me want no parts. So here's situation one. Situation one. When my dog I had for 9 years died. Oh my God. No. Oh no. Oh my God. I would hate him. When my dog I had for 9 years died, he threw her away in the trash. When my friends had to come over, cheer me up. What in the hell is wrong with these men and these animals in this stream? What? That wasn't a hamster. That wasn't a hamster. That wasn't a goldfish. That was part of the family. That dog was there for 9 years. Even if the dog was only alive for a few months, why would you throw it in the trash? In my opinion, that is mishandling a corpse, but I can only speak for the state of Florida. Animals are considered property, and technically they would just charge you as like improper disposal of just waste, period, I guess. I just don't see how a human being with compassion, empathy, all that stuff would throw a dead anything like that, had a soul. Like, you know, you could look into animals' eyes. They have like a soul, like, and you threw it in the trash. You literally could have went out back like Fido, freaking dug up a hole and put him in there. You could have done that. You could have made this a learning experience about life and death or something for the, like, what? Well, I guess y'all grown as fuck. So y'all grown as fuck when this happens. And that's so messed up. What the fuck? Like, why would you do that? Something ain't right about him. He claimed when his dog died, that's what he was told to do. Throw it in the trash. He did all this despite knowing my individual plans that I made to get the dog cremated. This might be TMI, but like, did you get to get the dog cremated, or did the trash man come? Like, because honestly, that would have been my first and final straw. Like, if the trash man would have took my dog, oh, that's it. We're like, it's over. Here's the second situation. He was making uncomfortable comments regarding me still living at home while there was a whole freaking lockdown going on, mind you, and being just an overall weirdo. I knew I couldn't talk to my mom, so I spoke to my biological dad. My mom caught wind that we were talking, and Tyrone influenced her to kick me out. I had no car at the time. So I was lugging boxes of my things while also being a student during the pandemic. I am so sorry they did that to you. Oh my gosh. They literally had you homeless. I'm just so confused why your mom even let this man have that much pull. And then where was your bio dad? Like, how come he couldn't step in and help and have you stay with him? Like, there was probably reasons, but damn. This time, though, in 2022, I had got removed from my house. Girl, shush. You hear my dog over here groaning and stuff? Which I'll have to do a separate story about. And I just asked to stay the night for a while. I waited to move into my new spot the following day. So Tyrone was drunk and threw a fit about me staying there for the night, even though he didn't live there. He started to call me out my name and berate me, which was very confusing. And he started saying homophobic slurs and making threats to smash me in the head with a brick. What? And they said, I won't lie. At this point, I pulled a knife out on him. Wow. Even though all this happened in the thick of it, my mom chose him and had me leave the house. That is insane. At this point, I would just leave them alone. I would cut them off. Because obviously your mom has chosen this man over all types of relationships. So yeah, this is ridiculous. For a bonus situation, when my mom was staying with him, whenever he got mad, which was a lot at the time, he would tell her to sleep in her car. What in the Tyler Perry is going on right now? So your mom would call you while she's beefing with him. Yeah, she is treating you like you're one of her little friends. No, she needs to be a mom. Like, what? She's about to stay with a man who pulled a brick on her son. What the fuck? She would be in the car crying, asking to come to my place. Hell no, you kicked me out of my home that I'm supposed to come back to whenever I don't feel safe. I have nowhere to come back to. And now you want to come up in my house thinking that this shit gonna fly? No. Hell no. And then, isn't that her house that he's over here kicking her out of? Yeah, fuck no. I'm calling the police. We calling the popo. We're calling the police because it's getting out of hand. It really is. So, all this ties into my mom's birthday. Despite me swearing on both of her parents that the next time I saw him, I would spit on him, I said I would come to her event with peace. See, this is the thing. And you're going to, I know you probably know this now. But there comes a point when you're beating a dead horse. You know, obviously, we're all grown here. Mom, you can't have your cake and eat it too with this one. You a cheater. That's what you be doing. That's what you did with your stepdad. But when it comes to a relationship with her son that she can't get away from, you made him, he's not going anywhere. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's not going to work. You need to get some distance. This dude over here is threatening your life. He's over here saying homophobic stuff, threatening you with bricks. That should have been it. That's on the, if you have a gay child, that's on the level of somebody threatening to touch your child. If you have a gay child and someone's over here calling them slurs, that's the same as having a black child and they're over here calling the N-word and you don't do nothing. That's scary to me. That lets me know you're really not safe for real. The whole event, my mom's birthday, was only his family members. Yeah, your mom is in too deep. She's acting like a little whipped teenage girl. She's trying to enmesh herself into this man's life. She's done sacrificed all of her life for him. Like, you need to fall back. Because if you're not going to be Team Tyrone, it's just not going to, it doesn't fit in her narrative right now. So all of these family members were shocked to meet the missing son. And y'all talking shit about me while I'm not here. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's done. It's over with. He tried approaching me at the party, but I ignored him. My mother contacted me the next day being upset about the whole thing. And I just let loose with my feelings. And here are the screenshots. So let's get into it. Here is the screenshots. So I'm guessing some pictures were taken at the event. And the mom basically said, you need to send the rest of the pictures and you need to do better. You don't have to be like that. And I asked you to be nice. Damn, why are you so mad? I would have been like, girl, every time she wants to be in her car and call you in the middle of the night, I would have been like, girl, why are you so mad? So she just know like how stupid this all is. Like, since it's just so silly, goofy, like, why are you talking to your son like that? So weird. He said, I came to your event for you. It's already bad enough I had to be fake and act like I gave a fuck when you introducing me to his family. I do not care about your relationship to that man. I don't support it and I want nothing to do with it ever. I have constantly given chances and been nice to that leprechaun jack of all trades ass nigga. Oh my God. And I am done. I already said the next time I saw him, I was going to spit on him for the comments he made. So I played nice. I don't need him for shit. And that be the thing that be fucking with them, is when you really don't need them for nothing. It's like, what are you doing for me other than giving me stress? That's why I said the biggest lesson for them is to cut off access to you. Like, this is so toxic. There's no way. Like, your mom needs to figure her own shit out first. Like, for real. Because, I have 2 dads I can go to. He is the sole reason I stay away, because I'm not putting up with this shit in his ass. I don't care. I am your first child, and it's being constantly shown that you clearly... Yes! Tell her. She can never say you ain't say it. She can never say you ain't say that shit. Even though they love to act like they got amnesia, she can never say you ain't say that shit. About this. Oh, these were the pictures that they wanted. No one comes before any of you. No, that's what she be telling herself. And that's what she be telling all them people at that cookout. But you know, as soon as she leaves, what she doesn't realize is Tyrone family be a kikiing and cackling at her ass. Because at the end of the day, what these absent ass parents don't realize is it's nobody's fault but yours, bro. Like, literally. There are people who go to the ends of the freaking earth for their kids. And even if they're being alienated and all that, there's a paper trail of them trying, like trying to make stuff work, trying to see them, trying to find them. Like, your mom is not trying. If anything, she's complaining that everybody doesn't enjoy her choices. When it's like, bro, you cheating, you doing all this stuff. Like, you putting people into these horrible situations and circumstances. I can't believe that shit talking about. I never put nobody before you. Girl, what are you doing? Then what are you doing right now? That made no freaking sense. My mother and I are not talking anymore because of my feelings towards him. Am I the asshole for not liking him, or are my feelings completely valid? And I could see if I lived with her and had to see him every day, but now I'm out here doing my own thing, and even she isn't a factor in my life. Let me know, sis, and the tribe. Thank you for reading, and keep being great out here. And here is a picture of me. Let's see you. I didn't get to see you yet. Yes, fit. I don't know why. I did not expect you to look like this. I don't know why. Love your freaking outfit. Love the accessories. Okay. We see you. Okay. Friend, if you don't beat that man's ass, you probably could if you wanted to. Shout out to Goldfish. Ooh. Thank you for the follow. I love your name. Shout out to all of you guys that are supporting me on Twitch. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, friend, you're not the a-hole. I do not think that you're the a-hole. I do think that your mom is gaslighting you. She is definitely putting another man before you. And I feel like at this point, Tyrone is jealous of the man that you are becoming. Because at the end of the day, like, it seems like your mom is the sole, like, breadwinner for the majority of these relationships, main supplier. And it seems like she's on that a man is better than no man type shtick. And this was the man that she had been sneaking and geeking with. So they have like a weird passion shit going on. But it's weird how she can't compartmentalize the fact that, you know, yeah, your son is a man, but that's your son. Like, and you talking to him like some dude on the street. But yeah, she needs to realize that she is choosing him over you. And I don't blame you for not talking to her. You even said yourself she doesn't show up for you in your personal life because her time is so consumed by him. I would just do a soft ghosting. You know, let her hit you up, force her to hit you up. Because remember what I said, regardless of age, like, and I feel this way too, and this is why I think having kids is so heavy, is because even after they're 18, you're still a parent. They've never been an adult before. You've been an adult for a minute. You know, they've never been an adult before. You still need to be there for them. So if there's no paper trail of her trying, do not hold your breath because you are the kid. So you're instinctively going to want your mother's love, right? Just save yourself the pain. Save yourself the pain. And I'm so proud of you for doing it on your own, stepping out on your own. And that's another thing. They get real fucking mad when you really don't need them and the big bad world isn't breaking you down like they thought it would. They be getting real fucking heated about that shit. So keep being great. Keep doing you. Like, because you need to, because this lady is clearly chosen Mr. Tyrone. But you know this, all that glitters is not gold because she giving you nighttime phone calls in the car. When you're not there to pick up the phone, who is she going to call? They're probably not going to be as unconditional and forgiving because they're not her kin. So, you know, it's all going to come crumbling apart. She's going to come to you in the future, but I just feel like you're putting yourself through unnecessary stress if you were to continue to talk to her. So I see why you're like, fuck that shit. Fuck it. Like, fuck it. You are not the a-hole at all. At all. And if you guys have any advice, please let them know. So let's get to the second story. It is called My 2.5 Year Relationship Down the Drain. 2.5 years is a good little bit. It's a good little bit. I'm a long-term relationship girly, so I could eat that. But I can acknowledge that it's a little bit. You know, that's a little time, girl. So let's get into it. What is up, Naja? Hey, friend. I am writing in again for advice because I don't really have anybody else to ask, and I need an extremely blunt opinion. Ooh, okay. You asked. Okay, all right. Now, as triggering as this may be for me, I'm just going to give a very brief rundown of my 2.5 year relationship. So we met, he cheated with an old hookup buddy 3 months into the relationship. Y'all ain't about to believe what they about to say. They said that they only 69, so I forgave it for not being all the way. I would have rather he poked the bitch. Are you kidding me? Y'all over here at 69 and like fucking lovebirds? No. Oh my God. I would have immediate ick. Like 3 months. 3 months in, you're over here buried in a bitch's groceries. Are you kidding me? No. That is preposterous. Oh my gosh, friend. That is so much worse. That, in my opinion, is so much worse. That is so much worse. That bitch can genuinely come up to you and say how I taste. Like, that was so out of pocket. I would die right there on the spot. I can't. I would have had to cut it right there too. It is gross because it's like, ugh. You said blunt. I'm being real. Like, I would have immediately got the ick. Immediately got the ick. Like, oh yeah, no. I thought you were gonna say he cheated, like he was kissing on a bitch or messaging a bitch on an app. He's straight. What? Ew. No, ma'am. She says she forgave it, or they forgave it. They didn't tell me if they're a guy or girl. They forgave it. And hold on. So it was just 69, so I forgave it for it not being like a all the way hookup, I guess. Then months and months of old hookup buddies texting, still making their presence known, and instead of reassuring me, would call me insecure. Yada, yada. You know how that goes. Was he aware that y'all were in a relationship? Like, did y'all have a formal courting? Like, did he say, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. Like, we're going out or anything like that? Like, not giving him an excuse. I'm just saying, did he know he was in a relationship? Because why are you having, I don't know about y'all. I know at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about unicorn stories and stuff like that. None of those people, I don't talk to any of those people anymore. Like, any of them, not one of them. And I didn't have no nasty ass fallout or nothing. It's just when you're in different phases of monogamy with a person or just commitment, whatever. Because I know there are poly people who, out of the poly group, they'll have like someone who they're committed to more so than like, when you're not out there in the field type shit, you're not going to have certain associates, right? Why does he have these type of associates? That's why I'm like, is he aware that he's in a relationship? Because why are you still associating with these people who are having these casual hookups? And then sex buddy, that's what she called them. I called them hookups. She said that this man is calling them sex buddies. How old are we? Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, let's get it. Hold on. So in the gist of all of this mess, he helped me get my license. We moved in together. And despite this one core issue that has led to resentment, in a relationship did form. And I guess in a way, all these things he was doing made me assume it was a good relationship. Friend, did he ever say, me and you are dating? Guys will do this thing. They will do everything with you but put a ring on it, bro. Like, yeah, they might help you get a license. Yeah, they might help you get a car. Yeah, they might put you in an apartment. Yeah, they might put a baby in you. But they will do all those things without calling you their girlfriend. And then as soon as you have the baby, now you're just a baby mama. Like, please do not think that this means that y'all are dating. He needs to tell you we're together, because you're going to get a real big shock. Talk about, oh, this is a good relationship. Man, look. There was this long pattern of weird, obsessive, old sex buddies constantly texting him. And it bothered me that instead of blocking, he would actually entertain the conversation. Oh, no, friend. And justify it by saying it's just texting. He has broken down all your boundaries. Like, oh my gosh. Was this a relationship? Y'all were roommates. Something's off. There have been very intimate times where he would almost be on the verge of tears and admit I'm too good for him and deserve better. Yeah, girl, it's called self-deprecation and guilt. Like, because he knows what the fuck he's doing. He's coming over to your shit, playing house and shit with you, when in reality, it's just all about convenience for him. And watch, I'm pretty sure, like just what somebody said in the chat, I'm pretty sure when he's around other people and you text him, you're just a sex buddy too, bro. Like, this dude is giving internally damaged, just very internally damaged, bro. I don't know what this man wants. I don't know what he's doing. This is a lot. He obviously has a sex addiction, because why do you have so many sex buddies? This is weird. We've had a lot of good times. I've met his daughter. He has a daughter. Oh, girl, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. He got a daughter acting like this. I thought when men have daughters, it's supposed to make them cool off a little bit. This man is in heat. What are you doing? Like, you got all these little sex buddies. You need to be focused on your little buddy, your daughter. Like, what? I've met his daughter, helped her move. All three of us have hung out and watched movies. Helped her move? How old is she? How old is he? How old are you? OMG. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's just getting worse. If he has a daughter that needs to be helped move, how old is this daughter? How old is he? And then you this old with sex buddies and shit, and like, yeah, I don't know. This man probably having a midlife crisis. What? Oh my gosh. I do believe over time genuine love formed, but now I'm, girl, again, like I said yesterday, it's not like you in an arranged marriage talking about the love formed. Let me guess, he was laying it down or something. Like, I'm missing something. Like, what is it about him? He seems horrible. Like, he seems horrible, and it seems like the things that you like about him are adjacent to him, like his daughter. You've mentioned hooking up a few times. Like, what exactly about him that is keeping you here? I'm just confused. Like, what is the good part? Because usually when people send me in stories, they'll say like, oh, we had such a good, when it was good, it was good. He would take me to the movies. He would take me to the fair. He would take me to this, take me to, like, they would actually describe the good times, I've had people give me a little too much information about how good their times were. So just to hear you not even like I just want to know, when it was good, what was good about it? Like, yes, and if someone tells you that you're too good for them, you need to run. You need to run for the hills. So genuine love formed. But I'm now realizing that he jeopardized my feelings for the love of the attention from getting all those texts. Yes, that is definitely what's going on. Even if he's not cheating anymore, which... because he's getting away with so much, there's no consequences. There's zero consequences. He has zero consequences. So I don't see why he would stop. He can text any bitches he want. He can call any bitch he want. Shoot, he can get some 6ix9ine from a bitch and it's cool because it's not real penetration. Like, he can do whatever he want. So why not? But I'm glad you realize, like, he's an attention whore. He's having a midlife crisis of some sort. He's an attention whore. She said, we make 3 years in a few months, and it honestly, truly just feels like dead weight. Yup, this is around that time. That's why I said I do long term, so I could eat a good 2.5. I can. Like, that's sad. That's a long time to waste your motherfucking time. Don't get me wrong, ladies. It's not nothing to brag about. But that is around the tipping point. Because it's like, it gets to that point at the 3-year mark when you're like, wait a minute, you said that last year and you had 2 years to get this together. Well, all right, we're out. You're not making any changes. You're all talk. Bye. Fortunately, a lot of people can make that decision way sooner. But I feel like at the 3-year mark in a relationship, it's so hard to deny. And then they say the 7-year mark is when it's kind of like, okay, yeah, we're compatible, but like, what is the next step we're about to take? And if that next step don't match, that's usually when people break up also. So yeah, I'm not surprised the 3-year came together. She's like, I don't know. Up and here, yep, she said there is a huge age gap. Yep, okay. So I'm thinking that you were an older tribe member. There's an age gap. This man is taking advantage of you. Period. This man is taking advantage of you. This is wild. You can deal with this dating someone your own age. Go date someone in their 20s. You could deal with this same shit. Except probably they're not going to be able to put you in an apartment. But that's what his old ass is supposed to be doing. We've had this talk in the past. I never judge younger people for getting with older people because you are disproportionate on the financial scale. I even had somebody put in my comments, damn, Naja, you really opened my thought up to that because I'm in an age gap relationship and this dude ain't paying for shit, or this old bitch ain't paying for shit. Meanwhile, you got pension on pension, a house that you bought for 3 schmeckles and a dime. Like, no, y'all got to make it make sense. Y'all got to make it make sense. If you ain't going to do that, you got to make it make sense. He needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to go. Wow. So there were and still are problems of just me being treated as a child. All arguments that just led to the same victim gaslight, victim reverse that has now pushed me away to over a year now. I can probably count how many times we have hooked up. I was about to say, you think he's not calling them sex buddies? I just completely disconnected to where it's impossible to even go back to a relationship. We kind of just grown to be roommates. And I feel stuck. I'm trying to save money and move, and I'm super glad that I have a job, but I definitely need to move on, but really don't know how to go about it. See, this is the con of the dating older thing when you aren't, on the same. Okay, so let's do this. If you're living in freaking Miami and you're doing this shit, this is when you end up in her situation. Or like you're in LA, you're doing the shit. This is when you end up in her situation. You're in like, a big city where the average person to pay rent is like too high. You can't do it by yourself. You're already going to have a plan, like just to be normal and get the fuck out, right? Where it's all this shit. Now, this is what happens when this also can happen when you release all of your financial freedoms and you're like, okay, I'm in this age gap relationship. I really don't need to do shit. I can go work at the Starbucks if I want to go and put a little dollars in my purse to go to Ulta. You also run the risk of being in this situation where it's like, well, fuck, now I want to get out, but I don't got nowhere to go. Everything is so expensive. No, for real. Someone in the chat was like, I'm still stuck on the 69. Me too. Like that man is gnarly. Like, they said they trying to save money and move. And they're super glad they have a job, but really don't know how to go about it. He's completely iced me out and we're completely just silent to each other. I just don't feel I need to be treated like I'm less than when I try and initiate and ask why he's ignoring. He said he's tired of the same old dead convo and is too hurt to speak. So I'm asking, what do I do? I'm sad because this is the first man I've dated. And let me guess, the 3 years was probably 18, 19, 20. Oh my gosh. Jesus. My last relationship was with my high school sweetheart, and she cheated on me as well with her old best friend. So it seems like there's a pattern here of you forgiving cheaters. Yeah. I am bisexual, but I have the ick for men and kind of really don't even know what my sexuality is anymore. Men are just dumb for real. Oh, friend. I feel bad. It's so funny because people always assume that when we're bi, it's like we have the world at our oyster and we could be with anybody. But in reality, you really just see how shitty both men and women are. And like, it's pretty interesting. It really humbles you. It really does. That everybody is shitty in their own way. mommy issues and daddy issues come up in different ways, and you like, that's why I like the little discourse and shit is really subjective, because it's like, okay, it's out there. Now what? What are we going to do? Because, yeah, I feel you. I feel you, little friend. I feel you, little tribe member. So I'm going to ask some questions because this is very short. Do you have a support system? Do you have, like, what's going on with your parents? Do you have older siblings? Do you have uncles, aunts? Like, do you have, if you were to hit rock bottom tomorrow, like $0 in your bank account, do you have somebody that you know would be able to let you stay there while you stack up? That's number one to think about. Because it's going to be very hard to pull a, what's it called? A Wendy Williams exit and pay for people to get all your shit taken out and then hop into a new apartment and just do a skedaddle in the middle of the night. Like, this man is most likely going to know that you're moving out. So I would just really try to hone in and think, like, who is your support system? You know, because this ain't it. This ain't it at all. And I know you're not that experienced. That's why I don't want to suggest this. I was going to say, girl, if you don't get that man to get you an apartment, shit, it's the least he could fucking do. I'd be like, bro, can you get me an apartment, bro? Just put me in that bitch. God damn. Because I just don't see, what is his reasoning for having you in his apartment? Like, I don't get it. Like, y'all don't hook up. Y'all don't have a relationship like that. Like, he's telling you over and over he's bored of the dead combo and shit. What are we doing? But yeah, I think you're on the right track. Just stack your money up. Shoot, I would even rather live with a damn coworker or something than this situation. It's just the power dynamic is just so fucked. Like, he is very ran through. Rated E for everybody. But yeah, that's really, it's just so hard because the fucking economy, it's so much harder now to just really just get up and go, you know? So I empathize with that. I'm trying to think, what else can I suggest? If y'all have any suggestions, please put it in the comments below. You don't got any girlfriends, like nothing, nobody. Y'all don't have any mutual friends together. He never introduced you to any of his friends, any of his family, like nothing. Shoot, I would even cross the line and go live with his mama. Be like, well, I don't got no place to go. This is what you I'm about to live with Papa and Mama now because I have nowhere to go, and this is what the situation you put me in. Since you want to treat me like a damn child, sir. Look, you said I'm on a Facebook group finding roommates. Yeah, I mean, I would do that. Find another girl to live with. You could do that. You can go to school, I guess. Try to get you a little something. Go get you a little dorming situation. I mean, damn. He said, I hope with how young they might be, they would have some sort of support. That's what I'm really banking on. Because that's why I was like, really think. Like, I'm talking rock bottom. I'm not talking like, oh, I got to go back to my mama. Like, no, I'm talking like if you literally were down on your ass, who would you call? That is your support. Like, the bare minimum. They may not be supportive in your life right now and all that shit, but like the person that you know loves you, like, everybody has at least one. And they don't even got to be in your family. Like, I know some people's support is like a guidance counselor they met in middle school type shit. And they still talk to them till this day as a 30-something-year-old. You know, like, you never know. I would just really think, like, who can I call? Because anybody is better than leaning on this sex-addicted geezer. It's just weird. Just a weird man. Just a weird man. And as for the sexuality part, I mean, like I said, that's just, it's the motions. It's the motions. You're going to find certain things with women and girls that are like going to give you the ick. You're going to find things with guys that are going to give you the ick. I mean, it's never going to go away, obviously. In my Lady Gaga voice, we are born this way. It's all about the person that you're with. So if the person that you're with is just not it, I'm pretty sure no matter what's between their legs, they're just not fucking it, girl. They gotta go. They got to go. But if y'all have any advice, please give it in the comments below. All right, let me drink some water before we get into this unicorn story because it is so freaking long. Okay, buckle up. So, unicorn stories. The threesome with the ex, and then I was the unicorn. Somebody got manipulated. How the hell you couldn't get me to swallow glass? I would rather swallow glass than do that. Usually a unicorn is somebody who there's already an established relationship and then you the third. The fact that okay. Hey Naja. I sent it a story last year maybe about my ex introducing me to a woman that he wanted and it was awful. I'm a Capricorn sun, a Capricorn doing all this? I am a Capricorn sun, a Virgo moon, and a Gemini rising. Okay, that makes more sense. So to the naked eye, you wild. Shout out to all my Capricorns, my Virgos, and my fellow gems, okay? I am non-binary, AFAB person who is 26 and use they, them pronouns, and I live in the South. So, and you have a Twitch. I'm not going to, I don't do any solicitations on here and shit, but I'm going to write your Twitch down because I need more Twitch homies. Yeah, I'm writing it. Yeah, and I've seen you in the chat before, so that's cool. That's cool. On Twitch. So yeah, you will see me shortly. I'm gonna be watching you live. So I have 2 unicorn experiences. The first one is me and the previous awful ex had a threesome with someone I used to be friends with. Not fun. And the second one, I was the unicorn. They're both pretty long, so I'm going to send them separately, which they did, and I put it together. So the first story, trigger warning, there is some coercion involved. So I'll be sensitive with the details, but it will be mentioned. So fair warning. See, and that's the thing about these threesomes and all this shit. Like, usually it's not planned and usually there is some coercion involved. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, with my experience, there was coercion involved. Like, I was under the influence, all that shit. I'm not saying, like, I'm not about to be, saying, like, I was, I don't know. It's really complicated. And that's the problem with coercion is that, like, it just makes things complicated because, like, obviously you wanted to do stuff, but, like, you didn't have no plans on doing stuff. And then when you add substances, it's like, so I get why coercion is a gray area and people consider it SA and stuff like that. But like I said, with the T.I., Tiny, all that stuff, it's like or Diddy now, such a small line between consensual adults doing stuff and SA, So me and my ex were together from 2018 to 2020. So this was the summer of 2019. I think I would have been around 22 years old. We had talked about the possibility of, hooking up with 3 people before and had agreed that it would be a bad idea. And then we just never discussed it again. We were on and off again often. So I wasn't really worried about getting, some biscuit from some people, okay. Also, this man thought because we were together, that made me not bisexual anymore. He was an idiot. I know. Okay. Anyways, I reconnected with a friend I had briefly in senior year of high school from church. Oh, Lord. I'm going to call her Blue. Blue had a boyfriend who was in a band, And it's actually pretty good. And they're a big band in my city. Okay. And we had hung out a few times, and my ex wanted to go to the lake. It was supposed to be a bit... Okay, hold on. So you broke up with the dude? Okay, yeah, y'all were on and off often. So I guess y'all were off now. Okay. So we want to go to the lake. It was supposed to be a bit of a bigger shindig that ended up being just Blue, my ex, and I at the house. We had all taken a bit of an edible, and we were watching some Studio Ghibli movie. And I was having a really hard time following the movie. But after a while, they both said they weren't feeling it and just took more of the edible. But I've heard too many Tribe Tea stories about them things. Yeah, I was about to say, y'all might want to slow down. Just because you're not feeling it now don't mean it's not going to come up. So in the middle of the movie, oh, wait, hold on. So I stuck with my little bit and I didn't take much more. In the middle of the movie, my friend who isn't sitting far away from me texts me and she nudges me to check my phone, and I do. And she's looking at me so like expectantly, and she just texted me, do I want to have a three? Oh my God. See, this is too much. I asked her, what about your boyfriend? And she said he lets me do stuff like this. See, the funny thing is about this is I'm sure her man did say, oh, I don't care if you hook up with another girl or another, somebody with a biscuit. Let's just say that. I'm pretty sure her man did say that. However, what her man did not expect is for your ex to be there, okay? And yeah, this is a completely different situation. Yeah, no. In my elevated state, it didn't seem like an awful idea, but I really wasn't attracted to her. Not that she was ugly, I just did not have those feelings. So I show it to my ex and we discuss it briefly and agree to go to a hotel. What? This is crazy. Like, what do you mean? So y'all are literally talking about this like a business transaction, child. Like, what? The house he lived in was in his name, but his parents lived there. Oh, I wouldn't give a damn. We're grown. Like, what are you talking about? We going to the hotel? Oh, that's how you be feeling dirty in the morning. You like, oh my God, what did I do? Yeah, she's ready to risk it all. She don't give a damn about that boyfriend. We walked into the hotel and both Blue and my ex were super, super stoned off of the stuff that they took, but I wasn't as much. And we went up to the room and oh my gosh, this hookup freaking sucked. Both my ex and Blue were just so inebriated, and I don't know, for some reason I expected as the bi girlfriend, in quotes, because I wasn't out as non-binary at the time, that I would be the center of attention in this kind of situation. You weren't? You know why you weren't? Because technically with the unicorn, you weren't the unicorn. The girl that y'all brought in was the unicorn. Okay? You weren't the only bi person in the situation. You get what I'm saying? But you're right. Usually, it is supposed to be like, you and your man were the couple and the girl was the unicorn, technically. So, I'm kind of not surprised that this is wild. My thing is, why didn't he just hook up with her if that's what y'all wanted to do? Like, what the fuck? She said it was horrible. I was just DJing and she said she was DJing and yanking and oh my gosh, and got no attention. And it was so disappointing. Oh my God, oh my God. Thank you, Jesus, for taking me out these streets. Oh my God. What the fuck? What the fuck? Girl, they was just using you. Oh my God. They were just using you like a, oh my gosh. So I got pissed at my ex because he was not helping me at all through the process, if you know what I mean, and was just focusing completely on her. And when he did have some, when he had some awareness, he told me later he didn't even want to do it because he wasn't attracted to her. And I don't know about that, friend. I don't know about that. I think he was excited to have something new going on that he didn't even realize like what was really going on. I blame porn culture because it's like, bro, what? So I don't really remember how the night ended. I think we slept at the hotel. I don't know. But after the incident, we just pretended it didn't happen and everything was cool. I forget why, but at the time, I let him know that I wouldn't be hanging out with her in that kind of setting ever again, just out of respect for the relationship. Friendship. I don't even know. I don't even know if me and him were even together or if we were in between phases or I'd be around and we do all the usual things, but I don't know. Anyways, a few weeks later, Blue hits me up on a weekday to go on a bar crawl with her downtown. It's chill. We're hanging out. Everything is good until she gets drunk. Who is Blue's man? Where is he? What is he doing? Obviously, Blue's man don't give a fuck about her. And what? Blue said, if there ain't no ring on this finger, I'm single. Wow. She's drunk as a skunk. And I think she was drinking before I even met up with her because I didn't have enough alcohol to even be on like even the type of level she's at. And I don't remember her seeing her drink that much. So I told her I'm going to drive her home because you're physically struggling to walk. And I had to support her on the way to the car. Oh my gosh. So we get to the parking garage and she's literally throwing herself on me because she can't walk and she's trying to make out. Yeah, no. I kind of laughed the first 5 tries off. Yeah, I get it because you're like, okay, girl, you're drunk. Like, chill. Telling her to get into the car and we drove to McDonald's to get her water and food. In the drive-thru, she is trying so freaking hard to seduce me and grabbing at me and trying to kiss me. And I'm like, dude, what about your boyfriend? Because my impression was that he was fine with her being a unicorn, not in an open relationship kind of vibes. No. When guys say that, they are literally in their brain. Like, that's why I say I blame porn culture. In their little peanut brains, they think that girls are just having these softcore lesbo scenes in like that's what they're imagining. They're like, oh yeah, that's hot. You can do that. I don't have a problem thinking about you doing that, right? When in reality, a lot of the times we get put in unicorn situations. Another man that also has a partner that's trying to add you to that's usually what be going on. Or it'll be a unicorn situation where you have 2 girl partners and then they be on some, well, it's a man type shit. And they think that's okay. No, it's still not okay because now you got all this other drama. Like, because like the last story that happened with the 2.5-year relationship, now you got people questioning their sexuality and shit. Am I a lesbian? I don't know. Like, bruh, this is just murky ass waters. This is murky ass waters. I feel like this is a young person game. Like, it's real cute when you're in college and shit, but it gets bad. I was watching Lovely Tea, and she was talking, I don't even remember what the topic was, but she was talking about how some people she knew in her personal life were, having threesomes and doing unicorn situations, and now they have to do DNA tests. Like, that's why I feel like this is shit you do when you're in college, when you should not have these strong ass, relationships. Like, that's the only time I could really see that, because it can get nasty. It can get crazy. It can get crazy. Very crazy. You said you met a ghetto unicorn couple. Bruh, let me shut up. The hood unicorn couple. I met all types of unicorn couples, bro, in my youth, bruh. It happens way more than you think. But I've noticed when it is a girl in a relationship, and it's a guy and the girl is bi and the guy be like, oh yeah, no, that's hot. You can go be with other people. It's never the situation they're imagining in their head. Ever. It's never that. Ever. So back to the story. This girl throwing herself on her and shit. And she's like, what about your man? And her reply was, what he does not know won't hurt him. I was like, what? And I asked, does he know about the threesome stuff? And the way she worded it, he doesn't want to know about that stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean he doesn't want to know? Or you don't want to know? And she just got really freaking quiet. I was so mad and felt betrayed that I had been a part of someone else's relationship issues with this whole hookup thing. But she went back to trying to make out and really like doing something. And I started playing one of the songs, because remember, her man is in a band that he supposedly wrote for her, and she was upset about it. So when I got to her place, I had to pee. So normally I could hold it, but I just really had to go, and the bathroom at the McDonald's was closed. And she told me not to come into her apartment until she cleared some stuff because her mental health was bad. And I was like, no, I won't even look. I'm going to just go to the bathroom. It's all good. And it was late at night and in a weird part of town. Otherwise, I would have just hit the gas station or something. But I wanted to leave her McDonald's bag outside of her apartment and leave so bad, because I knew after being the way she was being that I did not want to go in there. But she finally lets me in, and I pee, and I try to beeline for the door. But she immediately starts getting more aggressive with her advances. I ended up staying. The next day, I felt awful. I kept trying to excuse her behavior in my head, telling myself what I should have done differently. But ultimately, I reasoned that if a man had done the same thing, I wouldn't be having to question whether it was coercive or not, right? I called her later that day, explained my reasoning for what I thought and felt about the interaction, and blocked her on everything, and I hung up. How could I have someone like that be a friend? You're apologizing on the phone, but I felt like she betrayed trust with me twice in lying about her boyfriend and then all this shit that just happened. I felt strangely guilty about it because of what I told my ex. No, and I could tell you felt guilty because that bathroom explanation was dragging. Like, I knew you felt guilty about something. Here's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. That girl trapped you and barricaded you in the house. Like, that was not your fault. Her boyfriend dumped her pretty soon after this, and when I checked up on her on Twitter, she was advertising for OnlyFans and vague posting about somebody, maybe me, but more likely her ex. She didn't look like she was doing good mentally and hadn't for a while. Damn, that's that hurt. I ran into Blue when I was waiting for a girl to show up at a first date at a bar on a different side of town, and Blue was the bartender. Later that date, the girl also told me she used to work with Blue at a restaurant. I didn't tell her all the details of our falling out, but I said it didn't end well. But that part of my life seems like such a weird fever dream. My only time, let's say they did some hallucinogens, okay, with Blue. The vibes were so bad. It was horrible. But I was just waiting for it to end. It was awful. And it was a few months before the first hookup happened. Wow. Big yikes. Big bad yikes. Damn. I wonder what happened to make her just spiral out. It seems like she has like an alcohol problem. Is fighting her own damn demons. I wonder what made her spiral out like that. And then obviously she was with that dude for his namesake. Because I was even thinking, like, what's the point of staying with him? That's crazy though. But yeah, for anybody, you can't, it's not a unicorn situation when you involve your ex, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because exactly what they said happened to them, that's what's going to happen to you. Because at the end of the day, you're old meat, that person's new meat. And they about to be, yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster. And notice, he got out scot-free. You still got to deal with the bitch. Like, yeah, fuck that. F that. And now here is the second unicorn story from this person. And this is when they were a couple's unicorn, which is what I consider an actual unicorn. I don't think that, I feel like the last girl that was the waitress in that story was the unicorn. I feel like a unicorn is a couple and then that person comes along is the unicorn. So I had been on dating app. Oh no, they got you off the app. Oh no, friend. I've been on the dating apps off and on after me and that ex from the last story broke up for the last time, and I finally cut him off completely. I blocked him on everything. On dating apps, I would see so many men and women looking for a third. The women will be pretty, and the men look like he crawled out of a sewer. This is a consistent theme. Yes, it is. I just said that as a joke at the beginning of this stream. Like, that is definitely what they be doing. They be like, babe, when it's reality, I'm not going to say it's all on the men. Sometimes the women genuinely do want to, you know, do something, no strings attached, and they might be bi or queer or whatever, and, you know, their partner's down for it. However, unfortunately, you know, well, actually, I'll say fortunately, because unfortunately, a lot of relationships are very robotic nowadays. So fortunately, when you want to have this type of relationship, there is no getting around communication, connection. Like, you have no choice. You have no choice. There is no, oh, this is what I want, and I'm going to put it in my cart and order it, and I got a unicorn at the door. There's a reason why it's called a unicorn. I need to vibe with the man. I need to vibe with the woman. I need to like y'all relationship as a whole. Like, I need to feel like I'm not a threat to that. Like, y'all have some like type of stability. Like, why these people think going on apps is how you'll find, I don't know. If anything, I think you run the risk of like getting some solicitation going on, if you catch my drift. Like, I don't know. So you was on the apps. I found one couple who was a woman and, ooh, what is this? I'm about to go Google this word because I don't know this. I don't know this acronym. Assigned male at birth. Oh, so they're lesbians. Oh, they're a non-binary person. So they identify, so they're like you, but instead they were born a male, but now they're non-binary. So I guess they're not lesbians. But okay, that makes sense. And you thought they were both attractive. You had gone on the last few months not dating men because my ex really made me think that I was gay by how I keep telling y'all I keep telling y'all that keep happening, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. That shit be happening, man. Shout out to all my queer people, bro. All my bi people, my queer people, bro. Like, I really hope that y'all find y'all person one day that'll make you feel completely whole in all your interests, you know, because this is the real. This is real as fuck. They said, I don't even know. That man was so horrible. I thought I was gay. So I matched with that couple, and I had just started getting into the poly couple drama on TikTok and like exploring polyamory, since a lot of queer people on dating apps are poly. Yeah, I saw somebody else on TikTok was just like, bro, I'm so tired of being gay, because it seems like the default of finding a legit gay partner is they're poly. Like, they got their life together, they got a job, they got a degree. Oh yeah, but they got like 4 other boyfriends. Like, I feel for y'all. That's why I said thank you, Jesus, for taking me out these damn streets, man. Oh my gosh. So I didn't want to narrow down my pool anymore. It's so hard to date women and queer people in my city/state. So I added them on Snapchat, and already the first beige flag is that their names on the app are different than their names on Snap. Supposedly the names on the dating app were their stage names, and they did OnlyFans. Run for the hills. They're trying to make content. Run for the hills. No, ma'am. The names on Snap were their real names, I guess. I guess we can upgrade it to a pink red flag, because I was worried they would have me participate in their videos. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, is that not what? That's the first thing I thought, that they about to put you in the video. We'll call the girl D for diary. You'll see, LOL. And we're going to call her partner Pony because they wear ponytails a lot. And Pony is the non-binary person, by the way. So I talked to the couple for a while on Snapchat, and we finally went on a date. I asked, what? TC, we're going to call the couple TC. Oh, the couple. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little slow. I hit the morning Lizzie a little too hard. Okay. I asked the couple, TC, what they're looking for in a third, and the couple said that they wanted a long-term relationship with a third and had an ex living in the house. What is wrong with y'all? Oh my God, bro. What the fuck? Like, do you see how this would low-key make somebody want to be straight? Where it's like, how come every time I want a good relationship, there's always a damn ex living in the fucking house? Golly. Oh my gosh. The ex is crazy and actually tried to stab Pony? Like, what is going on? I forget why, though, but it seemed pretty dramatic. What if y'all don't get this ex out of the house? I forget why, though, but it seemed pretty dramatic. Anyways, the first date was, and every date after, is always so overstimulating. Having the undivided attention of two people felt fun in a way, but was also so much pressure, and they would both try to talk over each other to me. It was a lot. I got pretty overstimulated with sound, so being in public places and having that much talking was a lot. Anyways, we go on a few more dates, and I end up at the couple's house, and we end up doing the do, which was weird. Have you ever had a good experience, friend? Have you had a good experience? I'm starting to think maybe you are just a one person type of person. Like, cause I feel like you like the idea, like you are attracted to all people. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think you need to be in a relationship with all people. I think you need a person. You need a person, cause how does this keep being bad? You didn't have one good experience. Come on now, not one, friend. So this one's weird too. I kept trying to include D in the act, but she just wanted to watch. Oh my God. I'm pretty direct when I communicate, so I asked if she just liked watching me, because like what? And she was like, that's not really my thing. So what is your thing? What are we doing? This is so awkward. Oh my God. I asked her what I could be doing, and she just shrugged. When I suggested a way to involve her, she said, oh no, I'm not prepared. And this made me feel like either she wasn't into me or this arrangement was purely for Pony. I think that old girl might be a little bit too focused on performing. That's what I'm thinking. Talking about you not prepared. Like, what do you mean you not prepared? Like, is you on your cycle? Like, you need to get you a Brazilian? Like, what's going on? What do you mean you're not prepared? Like, I don't think that had anything to do with Pony. I think that just had to do with her. Maybe she had stage fright. Maybe she didn't really want to. Maybe the thought of it was cool. Like, maybe she wanted a sister wife, or a brother husband type of deal where it's like, we're not smashing, but we're a community. So maybe, this was the aspect that she wasn't really fucking with. Y'all talking about not they a voyeur. Oh my gosh. So we hook up a few more times, and it kind of turns out the same way. Either D and Pony are together, or Pony and I are together. So maybe she is not interested in certain. These are the type of talks. This is some table talk. This is some lettuce, bacon, tomato table talk, where it's like all these labels and all of this. Oh yeah, we just like everybody and whatever. It looks like there's a blockage here. It looks like there's a blockage here. Why don't D and Pony like figure out what they got going on? And then Pony never checks in with D. Like it seems like you're always the one checking in. Like, So I was confused and a little frustrated because you want to hook up with D. Like, and I dated a couple before so that I could have the best of it all, So other important things. D is on the spectrum. Her best friend is like 20 years old. Oh, girl. And we're like 25, 26, so it feels a little odd, but it just speaks to how young or like naive she is. And her best friend seems to be one of her special interests. Man, I think TikTok be having y'all messed up. How is a person your special interest? That person was not there forever, you know? T. It felt obsessive how much I heard about this person and never got to meet them. And I'm just like, I'm here for a good time and not a long time. And I had communicated that to the couple. So D ends up hitting me up to have a solo date between me and her. And Pony knows and is excited for us, but a little sad to be left out. I was interested because having the couple both talk to me at once was a lot. And I was also interested because I wanted to figure out, like, what is the physical relationship between D and I, because she just be on the side and like we would kiss and stuff, but it really wasn't anything serious. So we finally hook up. The fact that you saying finally is crazy. We finally hook up. And this entire time I am fiending. So we do. And she was very assertive of like what she did not want me to do with her. See, that's what I'm saying. I already know what's going on, but it is some tabletop shit. And I'm not going to say it online because people are going to twist my words and make it seem transphobic and all of this shit. Like, when in reality, like, you know what I'm saying, friend. The person that sent me in the, like, you know what I'm about to say or what I want to say, but I'm not going to say. I already know what the issue is. And this doesn't surprise me. She says she don't want her going down on her. Like, this does not surprise me. I already know what's going on. And y'all could fill in the blanks. If you know, you know. So, yeah, and because y'all know I'm a little bit of a prude. I know I've been, talking a lot today, but I'm a little bit of a prude, so I'm not going to get too into it. But let's just say the girl wasn't reacting, if that makes sense. Like, and she said usually she doesn't have the person said, they said usually they don't have a problem getting people to that point. But my thing is like, if you're not into that type of intimacy, let's say that, it's gonna feel like, that's how I know there is such thing. Even though I make like little jokes and stuff about like, oh, that's that dude that's giving sassy, it's giving gay. I am very much aware that there are fully straight men in the world, because there are like fully straight women in the world. There are women that do not want shit to do with no biscuit, no nothing. Like, they don't fuck with that. Okay. Like, and I respect it, and I hope other people will respect it too. It's real. There are people who are there are gay men who think biscuit is nasty, right? Because they are 100% gay. It's, there are some people where they will love somebody. Like, I have a feeling that D loves Pony, right? But D doesn't really like women. I think D just likes Pony, So, after all of this happens, she tells me everything, because now now I know like something's up. So she tells me that her and Pony were married. What? And had mentioned they both shouldn't have done it. But she tells me that Pony had cheated on her previously, and getting into polyamory was an ultimatum that Pony gave D because they just couldn't stop cheating. This completely ruined how I saw Pony. Pony was fun and silly and a good time to be around, but learning this just shattered my image of them, and she just didn't seem as bothered by it as I was, or seemed to think the ultimatum was that much of a problem. I would have been like, girl, you do realize, like, when normal people, well, not normal, scratch that. You do realize that when adults hook up, it's supposed to be a good time. Like, you're not supposed to be, all right, are y'all done yet? Like, that's not, like, what? That would disgust me too. I'm not even gonna lie. You done trapped this girl into marriage. You got her over here standing in the corner, twiddling her thumbs, watching. And then, elephant in the room, they're non-binary. This girl done supported you through transitioning into your truth. And this is what you do? Like, what? She also told me every unicorn relationship they had, the girl would try to steal Pony to themselves and would try to get Pony to leave D. And this kind of put some pieces together because I think she finally realized I was interested. I was just as interested in her and Pony and just wasn't used to the dynamic. D also brought her diary to our date. Okay. This is a diary she kept since sophomore year of high school. Reminder that we're all around 25, 26. She knows I write poetry, so she wanted to go through all of her old writings, which were either copied quotes from Tumblr or some cringy shit. But it was very obviously she was struggling with whether or not she should leave her diary with me. I was straight up with her and I said, if you leave it, I'm probably not going to get around to reading it. So you should probably take it. She ignored it and left it at my house. Oh, hell no. After that whole experience, I thought about everything she said for a few days and didn't really hit the couple up like that. I felt like Dee was acting so in love with me and she didn't even really know me. We dated from February to June, and July 4th, I cut off all communication. I wondered if she felt trapped by her and Pony's relationship and she saw me as a way out. I don't think she saw you as a way out literally as much mentally. Like, I feel like it's like, oh, for once, I can have a little fun. Pony always gets their girls. Like, finally, I get my person. Like, you know. So I don't think she was really going to leave because obviously she put up with a lot. But I do think that you were a mental escape for sure. So I also felt like Dee left her diary at my house so I would have to see her again. I feel like, yeah, she was trauma dumping for sure. I feel like she was trauma dumping on you. I don't think it was intentional. I will put into consideration you did say she was diagnosed with autism. So if anything, I feel like she really wanted you to get close to her by giving you the diary. However, realistically, like you said, I'm not gonna read 10 years worth of information. I don't really, with love, care that much to know the spine backbone of you and Pony's relationship. I'm here for a time in a season, you know? So I don't know. I knew where they lived, and even though it was an hour or so away and through a big city rush hour traffic, I drove all the way there to drop her diary off and sent a message saying I left it. I thought about mailing it because I really didn't want to make the drive, and the moment I got confirmation they see my message, I unadded them both on Snapchat. And you think the story ends there, but it doesn't. Oh my gosh. A few months go by. And I get a letter in the mail. It didn't have a stamp, so it had been dropped off in my mailbox by hand. These people are Looney Tunes. I don't have the letter anymore, and I didn't take photos because it felt wrong, but Dee typed a long-ass letter, maybe 2 full pages, no indentions, double spacing, nothing. I think this was like in October or November, so it had been a while at this point. The way she started the letter made it clear she hand-delivered it and thought about waiting for me to get home and confront me in person with it. What did you do to them? Like, I'm so confused. Wasn't in her words, you were the only one that didn't try that fuck shit? So why do you need to confront me? What? I felt so creeped out that she said that. Her having mailed it would have made me feel better, actually. The letter just said how much she and Pony miss me and how so many little things would make her think of me. Every Nirvana song, just corny shit. But she wanted closure and to know what happened. and I had really conflicting feelings. I felt guilty for not explaining why I ghosted them, but I also didn't want to have to explain my perception and give the both of them the chance to talk me out of how I felt, right? Because it's way different when you're trying to break up with one person, but then when you have two people that you're trying to leave alone and they're squatted up, like the coercion is times two. So I get why you're like, I'm not even trying to do this. So I just ghost because I'm red flagged out. She put away to contact her and Pony in the lightest pencil handwriting on the back of the pages. Oh my gosh, this is insane, dude. So another letter came. Yeah, at this point, you're getting a order of protection. Like, y'all are being crazy. You guys are being crazy. Leave me alone. Y'all are married for real. Like, please leave me alone. Do not want to hear it. So another letter came a few months later with the same sentiments of wanting to know why I ghosted. But this time she said that at the time we were dating her, her medication was messing with her. And she's on the right meds now and feeling better. And because of that, she couldn't remember a lot of those months. So she wants me to remind her. Not the medical gaslighting. Come on now. Again, this made me feel awful, but not bad enough to break my silence. I think she sent that in February, maybe. I don't know. And I also don't know if it was hand delivered this time. I found the letter in my stuff recently when I was cleaning out, and I thought I'd thrown it away, but I put it in the trash. I still feel awful about the way I left so abruptly, and all Pony knows is that D came over, and I didn't want to hang out with them after. She supposedly was letting Pony know about the letters, but I'm not sure I could believe anything she said. And even if that's how it was, I'm not sure it'd make much of a difference to me. Yeah, like even if you weren't on your medication, I'm good, bro. Because let's be real. If that is your excuse, you weren't on your medication and that's why you was standing in the corner of the room twiddling your thumbs and shit. Regardless, that is your experience of them. That's my experience of you. That's what I remember. That's how I spent my time. I don't want to go back. It makes me uncomfortable. It's strange. This is too much. No. And that part too, you meant everything you wrote. You trying to backtrack now. So, anyways, I have a tendency to make people act nuts, apparently. And I have more crazy scorned lover stories. If y'all want to hear those next. I wanted to send it in a long time ago. I was 20 when it happened, and was deaf watching you back then too. Okay. But it felt insensitive at the time. So it's been a really long time, so I feel less bad about it. So maybe I'll write it. Anyways, sorry this was so long. Hopefully it makes sense, and hopefully I'm in the chat. I hope you are. And I've been loving the Twitch streams. Yes, because I am on that damn platform all the time. No, for real. Like, I am literally about to look you up when this is over, and I'm going to add you and everything. My notice actually work over there. I've watched your content religiously for years. I hope you and Daniel are well. Thank you. I've also been in a relationship for the past year. Okay. I didn't think I would find a man worth dating ever. But he is so sweet, and we're both photographers, and we shoot similar things, but I'm digital and he shoots film. I was about to say, these pictures you sent me, these pictures eat down. Oh my goodness, these pictures are so good. I love the Polaroid of you two. It looks like so I don't even want to say vintage because that's so cringy, but I love it. I love it so much. It looks so cute. I love you two together. Like, I don't know. You guys compliment each other very well. And I see what the guys and the girls was going crazy about you. I see why they was going crazy about you. I already know why they was going crazy about you. My non-berry friends, y'all be looking too cute. Like, yes. You look like, I can't explain it. It's like you do give girl, but like you also look like you can change a tire, bitch. Like you just look cool as fuck. I can't explain it. You just look cool as fuck. You just compliment a lot of different gazes. I love how y'all look together, and I can definitely see the photography influence. Y'all are really cool looking for sure. But yeah, as you can see, being a unicorn is not it. It's not it. The only time it is when y'all's in the room, and then you have to deal with all the other stuff, the realities of life, different feelings, living with each other, marriages, more partners. Oh my gosh. But watch, when you're older and you're going to look back on these times, you're going to be like, back in my day, I had scorned lovers dropping off mail by foot because they didn't want to pay for a fucking stamp. Like, love that for you. Love that for you. At least you have a story to tell, right? At least you have a story to tell. And now you're in your own relationship, doing your own thing, as you should, you know? But yeah, that's all I got for that story. Let me know if you guys have ever been in a similar situation. I would love to hear about it, obviously. What else? And give some advice for any of the stories that you heard today. I want to thank everybody for sending in stories that did send in stories. And I know the email just scrolled, but remember, you guys can send it to TRIBETEA@shopvoodoochild.com. Okay, that is how you get your story put in. Make sure to follow the rules, give nicknames, and blur screenshots, okay? Because that's how we keep it cute over here, all right? And make sure you like the video too. Shout out to y'all that always be in the chat and you're like, oh my gosh, guys, like the video, because I feel like sometimes the stream goes on so long, people forget. So yeah, y'all stay safe, be good.